Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if Jiraiya leaves with a 5-year-old Naruto for a long training journey part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. In the Hokage Tower. Erasure, what are you doing? Sarutobi inquired. Even though he was no longer the third Hokage, he still stopped by the office in times of danger or for a social call. He was being ignored by his successor, who was scrambling around the room looking for certain objects. Scrolls checked. Seals checked. Erasure, the Yondaime Hokage of the village, was so engrossed in his work that he forgot that someone was in the room with him. Ramen checked and double-checked. Sarutobi chuckled at that remark. He knew that the Yondaime has an obsession with it. Whenever Erasure heard the word ramen or God foretell free ramen, he would disappear from the office to a Chiraku ramen bar faster than Tsunade running away from debt collectors. Ahem, Erasure, Sarutobi raised his voice, trying to get his attention without catching him on surprise. Oh hey old man, I didn't see you there. Sarutobi shook his head. This was the man who was supposed to be the Hokage, and yet, he was as carefree as a dog searching for his bone. Erasure, I've been standing here for 10 minutes listening to your so-called checklist. Heh, sorry old man, I was too busy thinking about important things. Erasure was still running around the office, searching through his drawers, the bookshelf, just about anything if he could remember what he was looking for. Sarutobi again laughed, but he realized this wasn't a proper situation to be doing this. Sarutobi looked at the young Hokage for a minute. What are you going to do about Kyubi outside your window? Erasure stiffened for a moment when Sarutobi mentioned the beast but relaxed, with a playful gleam in his eyes. Sarutobi noticed the gleam in his eyes, which he immediately recognized. Oh no Erasure, tell me you're not going to humiliate Kyubi. He is supposedly the king of the Bijou. I seriously don't think you have the time to mess with him while he's off destroying the village. Sarutobi glared at Erasure, hoping that he would have matured as he became Hokage. Erasure walked over to the window, looking at the utter destruction the beast was causing. You have known me since I was young. I always do things with a certain flair to it. While as the Yondaime Hokage, I must do all I can to ensure the survival of this village. He turned around to look at his predecessor. We have been fighting the Kyubi all night, and it doesn't look like it will go down anytime soon. We also have a lot of casualties on our side. Sarutobi walked up to Erasure, who was still looking out his office window. I hope you have something else planned because we're running out of time and ideas. He placed his hand on Arashi's shoulder to show that he believed in his ability to protect the people. Well, when physical attacks don't work, there are also mental attacks. A wise person once said to me, when the odds are against you, never play your trump card until the end. The time to show our hand is now. Sarutobi stood there smiling at the statement. It sounded so wise and insightful. He wondered who could have given Erasure advice. Who was this wise person? Erasure grinned and replied Tsunadeheim. Sarutobi flinched at that answer. He couldn't but help wonder why Erasure would listen to Tsunade about gambling advice. Erasure, do you know the nickname that was given to my student? The Slug Master, replied Erasure, not really seeing the point that Sarutobi was trying to get across. No, she has another nickname. She's known as the Legendary Sucker. Arashi's face went pale but soon dismissed the idea. Sarutobi-sensei, that doesn't matter because advice is advice, it comes from experience. So what is this trump card that you're holding in your hands, Erasure? Sarutobi was really curious to find out. Regular kunais and shurikens can't pierce the Kyubi, and it seems to be immune to jutsus. I'm planning on showing Kyubi why he should fear the name of the Yondaime. If I should humiliate Kyubi along the way, it's an added bonus. Erasure grinned. He always wanted to go out with a bang, and with his plan, it would be just a bang. Erasure, I thought your prankster days were over once you became Hokage. Sarutobi stood there shaking his head. He couldn't help but feel relaxed in Arashi's presence. Erasure has been known to keep the spirits alive, even in situations like this. Old man, you know what they say, once a prankster, always a prankster. Erasure flashed a smile. Erasure looked out at the window, staring at the mayhem that the Kyubi was causing over the village. Kakashi, come here, I need you to do me a favor. Erasure yelled out the window. Kakashi then appeared in a puff of smoke next to Sarutobi. Arashi-sensei, the situation is getting out of hand, we can't hold Kyubi back any longer, are you almost done with your plan? Kakashi looked to his sensei for some sort of answer. In reality, they weren't really holding the Kyubi, it was more of them marching into the Kyubi's mouth for dinner. Kakashi then noticed that Erasure was not in his cheerful, joking state. Instead, he saw his sensei with the look of determination on his face. Yes, Kakashi, I want you to get my son. Sarutobi wondered why Erasure would want to see his son, unless it was the Erasure and you can't be using that jutsu, especially on your own flesh and blood. Sarutobi, I have put a lot of thought into this decision. I cannot ask any other parent to make the same sacrifice that I am making. A child should never have to carry such a burden on his or her shoulders at a young age. That's why I can't ask any other parents to make the same sacrifice, but I know that my son will be a hero. I will always be watching over Naruto, and that's why I also want you two to watch over him for me until he's able to stand on his own feet. I want the village to see my son as a hero, not the Kyuubi. Erasure Sarutobi started to speak, but Erasure asked again, with a more firm tone. Will you watch over Naruto for me? Sarutobi couldn't do anything but nod his head. Yes, I will. I'll make sure of that. What about Jiraiya? Sarutobi wondered why his former student was not present during the time of a crisis. Erasure smiled as he thought of his sensei. Jiraiya's currently away from the village doing his so-called research, but he'll be back to look after my son. I've sent a message to Jiraiya before. Who seriously does not want the chance to train the son of the legendary Yondaime? Erasure laughed as he said that and looked over to Kakashi to see what his response was. Kakashi also nodded his head, not wanting his sensei to worry. Okay then, Kakashi, get Naruto and meet me at the battle. When I give the signal, hand me Naruto and get out as fast as you can. Is that clear? Kakashi didn't quite understand the plan but nodded his head and disappeared. Erasure took one last look at his friend, his father-like figure, and said goodbye. Today was the day that Kyuubi was defeated but not without casualties. Konoha suffered major losses, buildings destroyed, deaths for family and friends, and most importantly, this was the night that the greatest Hokage in the history of Konohagakure mocked the king of the Bijou one last time before he sealed it in his newborn son named Naruto. Several hours later. As Sarutobi took one last look around before he resumed active duty as Hokage, he whispered to no one in particular, "Rest well, Erasure. I'll watch over Naruto no matter what," and thus he continued walking through the village surveying the damage. It has been 5 years since that fateful night, the night where the mighty Kyuubi was sealed and the night the Yondaime Hokage fell. Konoha continued on with their daily lives, rebuilding the village to its former glory. Even though it has been 5 years, a constant reminder of what happened that night still stood. The Sandaime Hokage couldn't help smile from his desk. Today's the day, he thought while stretching his arms. For once, he was done with all the paperwork. As he rose from his desk, he slowly walked over to the window. It was a special day for the village. Today was the day that Kyuubi was sealed away forever. The village usually has a celebration and everyone was invited to attend. Well, almost everyone. Erasure, it's been 5 long years. I'm still doing all I can to watch over Naruto for you. He sighed and gazed up to the sky. As he turned around, he saw something that made his eyebrows twitch. In front of him stood a stack of papers, taller than his first pile. Jiraiya then walked into the office. Yo, old man. Sarutobi looked up from his paperwork to see his former student. Jiraiya, where have you been? Well, you know, here and there, sensei, but look at what I have here for you, the latest in the Ica Ica Paradise series. He held up the book and tossed it to the old man. Cough, Jiraiya, this isn't the time for this, Sarutobi said as he quickly hid the book into the drawer. You know you love it, old man, everyone does, Jiraiya proclaimed. Why didn't you come back sooner? Didn't you get the message? Jiraiya scratched the back of his head nervously, knowing whatever answer he gave would get him into trouble. Yeah, I got the message, but you know, I was preoccupied with certain tasks. Are you telling me that all you've been doing for these past 5 years is research? Sarutobi stared with an icy glare. Did you not honor your student's dying wish? Sarutobi, at this point, was leering over Jiraiya. Jiraiya couldn't help but back away to the wall as he felt the killer intent leaking out from the Sandaime. Hey, Sarutobi-sensei, Jiraiya waving his hands trying to calm down the old man. I have a good reason for this, just let me explain. Sarutobi backed away, letting Jiraiya explain. This better be good or I'll have you charged with a capital offense for peeping at the women hot springs. What? You can't be serious. I bet you don't have any evidence, old man, Jiraiya said, having a smirk on his face. Sarutobi just pointed to the increasing papers on his desk. That was all from your little adventure today. Jiraiya mentally cursed himself for his luck. I should really consider a set of binoculars. I have been monitoring several activities and movements from this organization. They are currently seeking out the Bijus for some unknown purposes. Sarutobi sighed and said, I know, I've been reading your reports, but couldn't you have come back sooner? Before Jiraiya could answer, Kakashi busted into the room. Hokage-sama, The villagers are after Naruto again. It looks really bad this time. Sarutobi looked at Jiraiya and nodded. Okay, let's hurry. Kakashi, gather some umbu. We might need some help. The figures in the room disappeared into the night. 5-year-old Naruto was running, anywhere that was away from this place. Everywhere he went, the villagers were throwing hateful glares at him. Some even picked up stones and threw them at Naruto as he ran by. As far as Naruto knew, he was scared, more scared than usual. Why are they hurting me again? I didn't do anything to them. Naruto thought sadly. As Naruto ran, he wasn't paying attention to where he was going and turned right at a corner to bump into something hard. Sorry, sir, I wasn't paying attention to where I was going, Naruto said, not daring to look up to meet the man's face. Demon scum, I should. The man was interrupted by several chunin that appeared from the rooftop. Sir, did this demon attack you? Yes, he did. In fact, he assaulted me, the villager spat out. Naruto cringed as the chunin smirked. Well, if it isn't our lucky day. Demon scum, do you know that the punishment for attacking a Konoha citizen is punishable by death? Naruto's eyes widened as he heard the news. He started running away as fast as he could from them. Okay guys, it's time for a game of hide and seek, kunai style, said a chunin. All the chunins grabbed some kunais from their pouch and disappeared. Naruto continued running as fast as he can, but it wasn't fast enough. The chunins reappeared around Naruto, surrounding him with nowhere else to go. They brought the kunais down, slashing Naruto. On pure instinct, Naruto brought up his arms to block the incoming weapons, but it didn't help much. He was slashed everywhere from the arms to the legs. Ugh, why are you doing this to me? Whimpered Naruto as he was on the ground. A chunin spat out, this is for my brother who you murdered, you monster. Naruto couldn't help but feel helpless as he closed his eyes waiting for the final blow. As the chunin brought down the kunai, something hard connected with the hand that held the kunai, forcing him to drop it to the ground. What? The chunins looked around, seeing what happened, and saw something that frightened them. There stood the Sandaime Hokage, Jiraiya, and several umbu. Kanashibari no Jutsu, cried out Jiraiya. The group of chunins immediately found themselves unable to move. Hokage-sama, the demon attacked a villager. We were mere a fist connected to the jaw of the chunin that was speaking, sending him into a nearby wall. Jiraiya walked up to the fallen chunin and said, what was that again? I dare you to repeat it. He gave the chunin a look that if it could kill, he'd be dead already. Sarutobi looked at each one of them in shame. Get them out of my sight and give them to Ibiki Marino. He said he needed more volunteers. The chunins paled at the name of Ibiki. Hi Hokage-same. The umbu quickly took off with their gift for the sadist. Sarutobi then walked over to a shaking Naruto. He kneeled down to take a look at Naruto. When he saw the blue eyes, it no longer held the happiness that Sarutobi saw every day. It was filled with sadness and betrayal. Sarutobi couldn't help but feel some hatred towards the village. A child should never experience pain like this. I'm very sorry that you have to experience this, Naruto. Sarutobi thought to himself. Jiraiya noticed the wounds on Naruto. They were already healing up. So this is the power of Kyuubi, interesting. Jiraiya thought as he was fascinated by the rate of the healing power. How many attempts were there, old man? Sarutobi looked up with a sad expression. Anger clearly written on Jiraiya's face. Around 50 just this past year. I don't know how much longer I can keep the boy from harm. There were attacks from villagers to even some umbu that ranged from mild chasings to even assassination attempts done to the boy. Jiraiya then stared at Naruto. Erasure, if only you could see how your son is being treated. He walked up to the boy but stopped when Naruto said, are you going to hurt me too? No, I'm not, answered Jiraiya with a sense of warmth in his voice. Then why are you still here? No one has been there for me before and I'm not going to need them to be there for me now, replied Naruto, who was no longer shaking. It's okay, Naruto, everything's going to be alright. Now let's see about getting you home, Naruto, Sarutobi said, trying to reassure Naruto that everything's going to be okay. Naruto slouched his shoulders and said, I can't go home, Sarutobi-oji. The lady kicked me out last week. Now Sarutobi was angry. She kicked you out? How dare she? He yelled. Nah, Sarutobi-oji, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't feel like going back to that place anyway, Naruto said as he started walking away by himself, not caring about where he went. His clothes were soaked with blood. The bright orange jumpsuit was no longer orange. It was mixed between orange and red, more red than usual. Anyone could clearly see that it was blood stains. There were holes all over the suit, exposing skin. Old man, it's time that I fulfilled my promise to my student. You mean you're taking Naruto with you? Yeah, I have my reasons though. We both know that if he stays in this village, the council will be plotting more attempts to have this boy killed, or the villagers could really kill him this time. There is no guarantee that they won't do this again in the future. I won't sit back and let this happen, Jiraiya said without taking his eyes off the boy. But if you take him outside the village, he'll be exposed to more danger. At least the chances of his survival is greater with me than with you. Naruto needs to learn to trust again, or he'll be nothing but an empty shell. Sarutobi thought about this for a moment, and said I would like for him to come back so he can graduate from the academy. Erasure would have wanted it. You got yourself a deal, old man. I'll bring Naruto back to this village when he is ready for the graduation exam. Jiraiya looked to the kid that was walking away slowly. Oigaki, come back here. I need to talk to you. Naruto stopped to turn around and looked at him suspiciously. Why? The two men couldn't help but notice his lack of trust. Naruto, what are your dreams? Nani? What are dreams? Naruto asked curiously. Sarutobi took a minute before answering. Dreams are something that you always want but you can't have no matter how hard you wish. But if you work hard enough, you can achieve your dream. That is what a dream is. Then my dream is to become like Sarutobi Oji. I want to be the greatest Hokage of them all. That way, everyone will have to acknowledge me, said Naruto. Sarutobi and Jiraiya couldn't help but smile. Looks like we got ourselves another erasure, they thought. Listen, Naruto, you'll be leaving with Jiraiya for a while. It'll be a long trip. Are you trying to get rid of me too, Oji? Naruto couldn't help but ask. Never, Naruto, you're a precious person to me. To me, you're not the demon that everyone thinks you are. To me, you're Naruto Uzumaki, the next future Hokage. I believe in you, Naruto. Now Jiraiya here is one of my trusted friends. Behave yourself with him, okay, Naruto? Naruto turned his head to look at this Jiraiya person that the old man trusted. I know you're that pervert that those ladies down at the hot springs were chasing. Gaki, do you know who you're talking to? Jiraiya said. Yeah, you're a pervert, shouted Naruto. I'm not just a pervert, I'm a super pervert, shouted Jiraiya as he did his little dance. Sarutobi could only shake his head in disappointment. Naruto took another look at Jiraiya. He doesn't look so strong, he looks like a pervert. Agaki, I am one of the legendary Sannin that the Hokage personally trained. With me, I'll make you strong, Jiraiya cried out. So how about it, Naruto, will you travel with Jiraiya? Sarutobi asked. Okay, Oiji, I'll travel with Ero Sennin. Gaki, don't call me that, its Jiraiya-sensei, he yelled out. Whatever, Ero Sennin. So when do we leave? We leave right now, mumbled Jiraiya before he rambled on about how kids today have no respect for their elders. He gave one last look to Sarutobi before nodding his head, signaling that they were leaving. As they started walking away, Naruto turned around and shouted, Old man, when I come back, your title is as good as mine. And continued walking with Jiraiya. Interesting kid you have there, erasure. He'll make us all proud one day, Sarutobi thought as he went back to the Hokage Tower. It's been 3 days since the duo left the village. How much longer are we going to walk, Ero Sennin? Naruto whined. It feels like we walked for 10 days already. Stop whining, boy, this is a good training exercise for you. All of this walking will help you tone up your muscles and build up your stamina. Training? What training? It feels like we're just aimlessly wandering around, Naruto pointed out. Jiraiya couldn't believe the annoyance the boy was becoming. He was thinking if taking the boy with him was a mistake. Fine, Gaki, we'll set up camp here and then first thing tomorrow morning, we will commence with your training. Yada! Cried Naruto. He was tired of walking around all day, seeing nothing but trees and more trees. He quickly dropped his backpack to start unpacking and setting up camp. Jiraiya was looking around in all directions as if he was trying to remember something. Gaki, go gather some firewood. I'm going to take a look around the area. I don't want some missing Nin showing up and attacking us. Ero Sennin, what are missing Nins? Asked Naruto. He was still unpacking some scrolls from the backpack. Be careful with my scrolls, Gaki. Missing Nins are ninjas that abandoned their village, Naruto. They are considered to be dangerous and to be killed on sight, so we have to be careful. Jiraiya left Naruto alone with that thought. Now where is it? I can't seem to find it. Oh, there it is. He had a lecherous grin on his face as he made his way to his destination. Time for some research. He took out his notepad and quickened his pace. Slave driver no good, Ero Sennin. I'll get him yet, Naruto thought as he was out hunting firewood. I wonder where he went anyway. Naruto closed his eyes for a moment. He concentrated on the sounds around him. He heard birds flapping their wings, leaves floating in the air, the calm breeze passing through the area, a waterfall. Wait, a waterfall. Naruto shook his head in disbelief but concentrated harder. Yeah, that's water, alright. He heard the sounds of splashing water and decided to follow it, hoping it would lead him to Jiraiya. As Naruto got closer, he heard the gushing waterfall. Just watching the majestic water fall down like that amazed him. There was even a rainbow that appeared as the water dropped below. His eyes soon wandered away from the waterfall to his pervert of a sensei. Aha! I knew it, he was peeping. Damn Ero-sennin. As Naruto was formulating a plan in the background, Jiraiya was completely oblivious to everything around him. His only attention was the beautiful scene in front of him. Oh yes, the GX300 telescope was definitely a wise investment. Jiraiya grinned as he continued with his research. Meanwhile, Naruto was currently tying some strings around a log. He couldn't help but grin as he imagined the scene play out in his head. 2 more knots and we're done. Naruto stepped back to admire his work and turned his head to see the pervert still peeping through his telescope. Yeah, still giggling. Naruto couldn't wait for this plan to be put into action. As Naruto snuck up against Jiraiya, he heard mild giggling sounds coming from Jiraiya. I feel kind of bad playing this trick on a defenseless person, but the pervert deserves it. He tied the rope lightly around Jiraiya and prayed that it would work. Well, here goes nothing, he thought as he began a mental countdown. He took a deep breath and shouted Oiero-sennin into the man's ear. Jiraiya's concentration immediately shattered and jumped up, knocking over his telescope and tugging on the rope. He was now caught in a bad situation. He was between a cliff and Naruto, who was currently on the floor laughing. He searched his body to see if anything was missing, but as he looked up, he was greeted with a log that hit him straight on the chest. A girlish scream was all Naruto heard as Jiraiya flew down the cliff into the water. Later that night. You didn't have to hit me that hard, Ero-sennin, Naruto complained while rubbing his head that was sporting a lump. Shut up, Gaki, you not only ruined my research but you ruined my expensive telescope, cried Jiraiya, having fake tears. An idea popped into Jiraiya's head but he pushed it aside for later. Now go to sleep, we'll start training tomorrow. Naruto reluctantly went to sleep, mumbling about child abuse. It was early morning, everything was quiet throughout the forest. If a person stood still, they could hear the screams of a boy yelling and the sounds of laughter echoing throughout the forest. Baka Ero-sennin, Naruto grumbled as he was standing outside his tent. It was earlier this morning when Naruto was rudely awakened by a pail of cold water that Jiraiya dumped over his head. Still mad, Gaki? Jiraiya asked, still laughing. Enough already, Ero-sennin. Let's get training, Naruto said eagerly. Jiraiya stopped laughing and dried the tears from his eyes. Okay, first I need to ask you a few questions. Nani? For what? Baka, so I know where to start training you. Ah, I see. Naruto nodded his head in understanding with what Jiraiya explained. First, what do you know about chakra? Naruto thought for a second. Chakra is a mixture of energy within the body. I guess that a person would have to concentrate in order to draw out chakra. For a person of that age to grasp the basic meaning is incredible, Jiraiya thought. Naruto, where did you learn that from? I overheard some big kids talking about it before their parents. Well, you know, Naruto said with his head down. It's okay, Naruto, you did a good job explaining chakra to me. Now for a history lesson, what happened to the Kyuubi? Jiraiya knew that if he was to train the boy, he needed to know everything about the Kyuubi and understand it. The Kyuubi? Oh, the fox. He was killed by the Yondaime Hokage, Naruto said, looking excited. I see that the 3RD's law was still in effect, thought Jiraiya. Wrong, Naruto. Naruto looked at Jiraiya with a confused face. Have you ever wondered about yourself, Naruto? You heal a lot faster than most people. You probably have other abilities that even I'm not aware of. Naruto thought about this. Yeah, I do have some special skills. My senses are a lot sharper. I guess that's how I found you by that waterfall, and I think I do have a faster healing rate, but what does that have to do with anything? Jiraiya could only grit his teeth in annoyance. He was practically telling the boy that he had a demon inside him. What more of a hint does a person need before finally realizing? He slowly counted to 10 before continuing. Gaki, have you ever felt another presence inside of you? Yeah, sometimes when I get angry or feel alone. Okay, good. At least you understand some part of what I'm trying to say. Jiraiya took a deep breath before continuing. He was hesitating, deciding whether or not to tell him. He already knew the kid had it rough, but to have his world come crashing down was the pits. If he is anything like his old man, he'll just bounce right back up, Jiraiya thought. Naruto, the truth is the Kyuubi wasn't killed, he was sealed inside a newborn baby. That newborn baby was you, Naruto. He is sealed right here. Jiraiya patted his stomach as to point out to Naruto where the fox was sealed. Naruto's eyes widen. The news hit him like a rock. You mean I'm the Kyuubi? So that's the reason why everyone hates me. Tears started rolling down his cheeks. Ah damn, this is why I didn't want to tell him. What should I do now, Jiraiya thought. Naruto, I will say this once. You are not the Kyuubi and never will be. You are the jailer, and he is your prisoner. You are the person who will take the Hokage title from the old man. Don't you forget that. Naruto stood there, tears still flowing out, but he was shocked to see that there was another person besides the old man to actually acknowledge him. Since you know the truth, what will you do now? I want, Naruto said as he was wiping off the tears from his face. Jiraiya held up a hand to his ear. What's that? I can't hear you. Naruto took a breath before shouting, I am going to be the next Hokage Yaro-senin. Jiraiya could only smile. Good Gaki, now let's get started on your training. In the morning, we work on your warm-up skills before we move into taijutsu training. In the afternoon, we break into ninjutsu. We won't be staying in the same area all the time, we will always be moving. We'll be in Takigakure by the end of the week. Do you understand me? Naruto could only shake his head in excitement. He wasn't paying attention to anything Jiraiya said and only heard up to ninjutsu. His mind started to wander off as Jiraiya continued on with his lecture. I'm going to be strong enough so everyone will acknowledge me. I won't have to be alone and helpless anymore. I swear upon myself that no matter what, I will succeed. Naruto said to himself. What are you still doing here, Gaki? I thought I told you to run around the forest 10 times. Nani? That's like going around half of Konoha 5 times, Yaro-senin, Naruto shouted out. Too bad, no pain no gain, now get moving. Naruto mumbled something about payback as he started his laps around the forest, but Jiraiya just shrugged it off. As the days passed, these training sessions, or as Naruto would call it, torture practices, went by without trouble. It was a basic routine, train until Naruto falls to exhaustion. As days moved to weeks to months, Naruto steadily increased his speed, power, and stamina. All of which was thanks to those daily exercises that Jiraiya had him doing. His ninjutsu was no slouch either. At first Naruto couldn't do a normal bushin because of too much chakra input, so Jiraiya gave him the Kage Bushin no Jutsu technique. At first, Naruto could only create 10 clones, but as his training increased, he could produce a lot more. The time that they spent from village to village varied as Jiraiya would throw Naruto a scroll with instructions for the day in order to go off to do some of his research. Time skip. So this is a Wagakure, Naruto thought. Doesn't compare to Sunagakure though, Yaro-senin. Can you believe it has been 2 years since we left? Yeah, Gaki, it has been quite a long time, Jiraiya said. He thought as to how Naruto progressed in these past 2 years. The boy no longer sported a bright orange jumpsuit that had a sign that said "Attack me, I'm over here." The boy had definitely matured. He was now wearing a black shirt over a netted one over it. His pants were now black with bandages wrapped around his right leg. Jiraiya wondered what to do next with the boy. Naruto, today you have the day off, go do something kids your age would do. Have fun for once. Kids my age wouldn't be chased away from their village, Yaro-senin. Point taken, Naruto, but go out and try to have some fun. I'll try, Yaro-senin, but no guarantees, Naruto said. Naruto's been avoiding contact with people ever since they left Konoha to travel around. Jiraiya couldn't understand as to why the boy would act so antisocial to others and be himself when he is alone. It is a shame to see a mask on the face of that boy, Jiraiya thought. Only in time will he begin to realize that not everyone is so evil. Okay, go wander, Gaki. I have to collect some information. Like hell you do, Yaro-senin. Jiraiya smacked Naruto over his head. Respect, Gaki, respect. Didn't you learn anything? Naruto scowled as he walked off. No sense in wasting the day not training, he thought as he went to find a training place. As Naruto hopped over houses, he spotted a nice secluded spot away from the village where he can endanger it. The art was kind of nice as well. It was surrounded with bamboo trees and it produced a feeling of serenity. Okay, first off, Kage Bushin no Jutsu. Several clones appeared as Naruto finished. Okay, I want 2 of you clones to practice the techniques on this scroll, the rest of you, let's rumble, Naruto said with a smile on his face. As Naruto started his training session, he failed to notice a pair of eyes watching his every move. For a kid, he's not half bad. I wonder how he does when he's ambushed. Without a sound, the figure blurred out of sight and reappeared in front of Naruto's clones, giving them a swift roundhouse kick to the side, knocking them out of existence. The figure stood up and looked at Naruto. Well, what do we have here? A little boy playing ninja. Naruto couldn't help but back away. He felt an intense amount of killer intent being released from the figure, and he couldn't shake off the image inside his mind telling himself that he was going to die. The figure was sporting a dark cloak that hid his features and wore a straw hat over his head. "Who are you?" was the only question Naruto got out. "Your executioner," was the only response the figure gave before blurring out of Naruto's sight. Fast, Naruto thought. He caught a sound coming from his right and instantly put up his arm to guard. The hit connected with his arm, forcing Naruto back a couple of yards. Naruto then jumped back while throwing several kunais at the figure. As the mysterious figure proceeded to dodge, he merely caught each of those kunais with his hand. Naruto's eyes widened as he looked amazed while rubbing his right arm. He then heard a couple of shuriken coming from his left. He jumped over them only to find the figure suddenly above him. Shit, Naruto couldn't counter it in time, so he took a swift kick to the chest that sent him back to the ground. Okay, no more playing around, Naruto thought. If I can't see him, he won't be able to see me either. Naruto flashed through the hand seals and cried out Kirigakur no Jutsu. As mist began spreading all over, Naruto did the seals for Kagebushin and 5 clones appeared besides him. The kid lacks strength but makes up for it with his ingenuity, the figure thought while observing from the tree. Naruto was standing at the center of the mist, looking around. He won't be able to find me if he's just going to stand there all day. The figure turned sideways to be greeted by Naruto's fist as it connected. Poof, shit, Kawarmi, Naruto thought. He spotted him standing in the center of the area and saw the heel seals being produced, but Naruto couldn't figure out what jutsu he was doing. Futon de Tapa, the figure cried out. The area was engulfed by raging winds, clearing the mist out from the area. Now, Naruto mentally said as the clones rushed to engage him. 2 clones jumped in from the front to punch him, but the man sidestepped them and chopping them in the back, making them disappear, only to meet 2 other clones rushing in to kick him. As the man raised his arms to catch their legs, hands shot up from the ground and grabbed his ankles. Shit, the man's eyes widened. He had not foreseen this attack coming. Doton Shinju Zanshu no Jutsu success, smirked Naruto as he jumped up from the ground. The man only smirked before vanishing out of existence. Bushin? Naruto thought. He signaled the rest of his clones to come back and form a circle formation. Where is he? Naruto thought as he tried looking through the area. I'm right here, a voice said from inside the formation. Before Naruto could turn around, he felt a sharp pain in his back as he was kicked hard. His clones disappeared as Naruto landed on the ground. Naruto couldn't get up and felt helpless as the man approached with a katana out. Damn it, I swore to myself that I won't be weak, I can't die now. As Naruto struggled to get up, red chakra started leaking out, engulfing Naruto. Bruise marks started healing as Naruto stood up. The man stood there shocked. Oh crap, he thought as he saw the chakra flaring around Naruto. His eyes changed from a blue sense to red slits. Naruto was leaking out killer intent that froze the man in place. For the first time in his life, he was actually scared of death. Enough, Naruto, a voice said. Naruto looked around and found the source of that voice. Ero-sennin, growled Naruto. Jiraiya appeared in front of Naruto, hoping to calm him down. It's about time you showed up, he was going to kill me, Naruto said. No, he wasn't. This man here is called Gensai Kawakami, and ranked a class missing nin, specializes in taijutsu and kenjutsu. Nice to meet you, Naruto-san, Gensai said while bowing to Naruto. I apologize for my behavior earlier, but I was sent here to test you by Jiraiya-sama. Humph, I knew that, Naruto said after calming down a bit. He looked at the man for a second before turning to Jiraiya. Gaki, you did okay, but it is still not good enough. Gensai here will help train you since I'm going to be a bit busy later on. Jiraiya explained. Yada! A new sensei, Naruto shouted while jumping around. Your skills are below average, Naruto-san. If I went all out, you would have been dead before you knew it. Naruto slumped at his comment. Come now, we have much to practice on. I want you to give me 20 laps around this village now. Naruto's jaw dropped to his displeasure. Not only was this guy strong, he was also twice the slave driver Ero-sennin is. Naruto started running off, grumbling about unfair teachers. As Jiraiya saw Naruto disappear into the forest, thank you for getting involved with Naruto's training, Gensai. No, the pleasure's all mine. The boy has much potential. It shall be an honor to help him sharpen his skills. As Naruto was coming back from his first lap, Jiraiya took out a box and called Naruto to come over. Here, Naruto, I got you a gift. Naruto looked at him strangely. It's not going to explode in my face, right, Ero-sennin? No, Baka, it's an early birthday present. Birthday present? Naruto asked excitedly. Yes, Baka. Now open it. As Naruto ripped open the box, He found himself a volume set of Ika Ika Paradise 1-3 in which Jiraiya claimed it was never too early to start finding himself a girlfriend. As he put the books on the ground, he saw bracers that were also in the box too. He eyed the bracers curiously. What are these? These are chakra-enhanced bracers, Gensai replied while pointing to his own. Put them on your arms and legs and then channel some chakra into them. Naruto did as he was told, and soon found himself unable to stand correctly. He swayed back and forth for a second before falling on all fours. Naruto, your weight is now about 40 pounds heavier. As you progress through your training, we'll increase those weights as I see fit. Naruto could only stare at the crazy man. Trust me, it'll help in the long run, Jiraiya replied. Naruto tried standing up but found that difficult. Okay, now since you're getting used to the weights, continue on with your running, Gensai said. As Naruto ran off into the forest, Jiraiya couldn't help but feel proud of that boy. Are you going to train him in your style, Gensai? We'll soon see, Jiraiya-sama, we'll soon see. 2 months later. Naruto, your stance is still sloppy, Gensai pointed out as he landed another hit on Naruto. The force of the thrust pushed Naruto back. Gensai stood his ground holding his hands out, palms up, daring Naruto to continue. As Naruto got back up, he threw an upward kick to his sensei's face but Gensai merely sidestepped. Naruto saw an opening and twisted in midair, turned his missed kick around to throw a straightforward punch to his face. Gensai smirked as he grabbed the wrist and threw him to the ground. You know how to fight 3 men, but I can teach you how to fight 300. Naruto got back up and vanished in front of Gensai. He reappeared beside his sensei and threw a couple of enhanced punches towards Gensai's face. Gensai leaned back and dodged the punches by sliding his body with his right foot as his left was used as an anchor. He caught Naruto's last punch with an open palm, swirled the fist in a circular motion, and used the momentum to send the boy flying into a tree. You know how to disappear, I can teach you how to be invisible. Naruto jumped in the air, performing a hurricane kick towards Gensai, but it was futile. Gensai stood there waiting for the move to come closer. As Naruto came closer, he crouched down and avoided the attack. Gensai came back up while avoiding Naruto's legs as he landed an uppercut with his right hand on Naruto, sending him up into the air. Gensai wasn't done there, he jumped alongside Naruto and greeted him with a roundhouse kick to the face, sending him face first into the dirt. Mind your surroundings and never show your emotions in a fight. Those are the rules that I want you to remember, Naruto. Naruto groaned in pain as he got back up slowly. Hi, sensei. Come on, one more time. Naruto stood up and stared at Gensai, analyzing the situation carefully. He smirked and disappeared. I don't like that look on his face. His senses went on high alert. He felt danger all around him, but he couldn't pinpoint the exact location. As his eyes were searching the area carefully, he caught sight of a blur that appeared and barely dodged the fast punch due to his reflexes. Naruto threw another punch, but Gensai was now aware of the blonde. He fought back with his own punches. Left, right, kick, wait. Something is wrong with this picture. I'm not connecting my punches. Gensai suddenly realized the situation when he saw Naruto fighting back quite fluently, and he had some difficulty defending. He was deep into observation that he missed a kick that got past his defenses and connected with his jaw, sending him back. You let your guard down, sensei. Naruto looked at his sensei with a smile on his face. Expect the unexpected, Gensai replied, chuckling. Good, Naruto, good. Do you know how you did that? Not really, I just felt comfortable with my style, and it just happened. My body responded accordingly to what you threw out and well, you got a kick to the face. It felt like I was swimming with no boundaries, nothing attached to me when I was fighting. This kid keeps surprising me more and more every day. Gensai got up from the ground, dusting himself off. Naruto, what you did now was combine what I taught you over these past couple of months into your own style. Those are the final steps of becoming a great taijutsu fighter. Really? Yada! Naruto jumped around the field shouting out challenges to everyone. Gensai winced at his student's action and hit him on the head. Ita, whined Naruto. Baka, here I thought you matured and then you go and do this. He glared at Naruto. Like I said before you interrupted me, you still need to sharpen your skills because you're still far from being great. Even I can still beat you if I went all out. Then let's continue so I can become even better, sensei, smirked Naruto. Or are you afraid I'll beat you? HRMP, arrogant gaki, as you always say, let's rumble. The two figures blurred out of sight and continued with their sparring session. Jiraiya looked amused as he watched from the trees. He's going to be a great ninja one day, but will he ready what the future holds? He walked away thinking about the boy. It's that time of day again. where the ladies come out and play. Jiraiya sported a lecherous grin on his face as he ran off to the town's hot springs. 3 hours later. Just one more time Naruto tried to pull himself up from the ground unsuccessfully. He was lying flat on his back, too tired to get up. The clouds look nice today, he gazed lazily up in the sky. No, I gotta get up. Naruto unwillingly got up and stared at the wooden log. He was already tired from his spar with Gensai-sensei and those routine exercises. He was supposed to be back at the village an hour ago, but he wanted to finish his own exercises. Naruto channeled some chakra into his legs and dashed up a tree, leaping off at the peak into the sky. He saw the beautiful scenery and analyzed his current position from the village to find out that he was about 15 kilometers away. As he was falling back to the ground, he created a clone that grabbed his hand and threw himself towards the log. With a well-placed kick, Naruto sent the log flying in the air and did some hand seals katan, Karyu Enden. Red-hot fire came out of his mouth, burning the log into nothing more but black ashes. Naruto dropped flat on his back after the attack, watching the ashes just being carried away by the wind. He found it hard to stay conscious after. Crap, I think I might have overdone it before passing out. TCH, troublesome kid, a mysterious voice said. It was early morning that Naruto woke up from a piercing scream. He pulled out a kunai and fell into a defensive stance. He looked around some more, analyzing the situation. Where am I? Memories from last night appeared in Naruto's head as he recalled what happened after his training session. Oh, that's right, I passed out. He then caught the scent of blood in the air. It was strong and fresh. Where is the smell coming from? As Naruto proceeded to close his eyes to concentrate on his senses, he heard another scream coming from the direction in the left. He immediately rushed off in that direction. When he got there, the sight in front of him made his blood turn cold, and his eyes widen. There were 5 bandits surrounding a group of people. He recognized the group as the mayor and his family from the nearby village that he was residing in. He had stopped by on several occasions, and took a liking to the family. Naruto's world crumbled as he saw the bloody mess that laid before him. Yamato Takaru, the mayor, was dead. He had several wounds all over his body and a huge gash across his chest. The wife and mother, Shizuka Takaru, was weeping over her fallen husband but was currently hiding her children behind her, trying to protect them from the same fate that has befallen for her husband. As the remaining bandits approached the family, swords drawn and a nasty grin written all over their faces came closer to her. As the man standing over Shizuka raised his blade over his head and was about to bring it down to strike, Naruto shunshin from his spot and reappeared in front of the bandit as he brought the blade down. The bandit's eyes expanded as he saw his blade stopped by a mere boy who looks no older than 7. Naruto held the blade firmly in his hand, blood leaking out from the wound that the sword created. As the family opened their eyes, they saw somebody familiar standing before them. Naruto-kun. Naruto-Nizan. Naruto turned his head and gave them a smile. It's going to be okay now, I'll protect you. He turned his head back and glared at the bandit that stood before him. A hero, eh? I hate hero types. He pulled the sword out and Naruto winced in pain as he felt the blade leave his hand. You touch them and I'll kill you, Naruto said coldly. The remaining bandits laughed, but the one in front of him only smirked. You got guts, kid, talking to the leader like that. Unfortunately for you, you messed with the wrong person. Kill them now. Teen, growled Naruto. He analyzed the situation carefully. He was surrounded by 5 bandits who has weapons out. Definitely not my day. He pulled out a kunai and hoped that he would have enough chakra to protect everyone. He watched as the bandits started moving around them. He was shocked when he saw the bandits moving faster and faster until he couldn't keep up them individually anymore. Damn it, they're fast. I can barely keep up. His eyes still trying to keep up with them. Ah, screw it. Naruto did some familiar hand seals and whispered Kagebushin no Jutsu. 5 Naruto clones appeared besides Naruto and the family. TCH, how troublesome, a ninja. Let it rain, boys. The leader smirked as bandits appeared from the sky, yelling out a cry as they brought their swords down on the people below. Doton, Tsuchi Barya no Jutsu. An earth-shaped barrier surrounded everyone around Naruto. He felt relieved that he pulled that one off. Metal met earth. The bandits were on the ground waiting, observing the enemy. Well, if they won't come to me, I'll go to them, let's rumble. He sent signals to his clones as they ran head-on to attack the bandits. Ka-san, are we going to be alright? The boy looked at his mother with concerned eyes. We will be okay, dear. Naruto-kun is doing his best to protect us. Yes, Naruto-kun will definitely save us, just you wait and see. And that is what they did. Outside the earth barrier, Naruto wasn't faring so well against these bandits. He had managed to knock 2 bandits unconscious but at the cost of the rest of his clones. He felt his body in pain as he tried to summon more chakra. Shouldn't have overdone it last night, he mentally cursed himself for pushing it so far. At most, he would say he was less than 30% recovered from the extreme beating he received from Gensai. Katan Gokakyu. Naruto quickly jumped away when he heard the name of the jutsu. He noticed that the fireball was not aimed at him but where he once stood. The barrier. Shit. Naruto quickly turned around to find a hole in his barrier. These are not your average run-of-the-mill bandits, I have to take them more seriously. He saw the leader and another bandit standing far away smirking at him. What are they smirking at? Wait, weren't there 3 bandits? Naruto frantically searched for the last one. Observant, aren't we? Sneered the leader. As Naruto continued searching, he heard a scream from behind him and turned around, finding the last bandit holding Shin hostage with his blade on his throat. Naruto felt so helpless. Please stop, he's only a little boy, cried Naruto. He fell on his knees as he continued to plead with the bandit. That is the hero's problem. Unable to do what is necessary to get the job done. Kill him now! Matt cried both Naruto and Shizuka. The leader glared at Naruto. Remember the name Shiro Shurji as the bandit sliced the boy's throat. Naruto's heart stopped beating. His blood ran cold as he screamed, dropping on his knees. Flashback. Naruto Nizan, do you want to play ninja with me? Shin was following Naruto around the whole day, annoying his new older brother. No, now go away, replied Naruto dryly. It has been 1 week since Naruto started staying in this village, and Shin spotted him and his sensei in his father's office one day when they asked for permission to stay for a little while in the village. Ever since that day when Shin saw Naruto train, he admired his Nai-san for being a ninja. Shin continued to ask Naruto to play ninja whenever he saw him. Naruto was about to kick the boy until he realized he was probably looking for attention. If I play with you once, will you leave me alone? Really? You will play with me? Shin looked on with eager eyes. Yeah, come on before change my mind, Naruto said as he walked away. Shin gave a huge smile before chasing after his Nizan. End flashback. That was the first time Naruto took a liking to the boy. He realized he saw Shin as a little brother that he never had. Flashback. Just 3 days after Naruto and Jiraiya entered the village. Naruto was off exploring the village while Jiraiya was off collecting notes to finish his latest book. He walked around looking at the weapon shops and saw Shin and a couple of kids that looked older than him outside the store. Shin started crying as the boys continued teasing him. Mommy's little boy. Loser. Nerd. Get out of here, loser. We don't play with wimps like you. The boy went as far as to push Shin to the ground and was about to kick him but found him kicking air. He turned his head to see Naruto glaring at him coldly. Naruto knees and Shin looked up at Naruto. Pick on Shin again and I'll make sure you won't have anything to kick with. Naruto kept his eyes on the boy, almost like he was daring the boy to say something back. The boy stared, crying, kicking and screaming as Naruto threw him to the ground. He immediately ran away with his friends chasing after him. Are you okay? Shin stopped crying as he wiped his tears away with his sleeves. I'm fine now, Naruto knees, and Naruto looked at Shin hesitantly before answering. Do you want to play ninja, Shin? Shin looked up with a big smile. Really, Nizan? You'll play with me? Yeah. End flashback. It was that incident that caused Naruto to look after Shin as more than a bundle of annoyance. All of these memories came flooding back to Naruto as he watched the lifeless body of Shin Takuru lying on the ground. How could you? He was just an innocent boy, cried Naruto, slamming his fist on the ground. Tears were leaving his eyes as he was unable to control his emotions. It was pretty simple. You got in my way and someone had to pay the price. Shiro laughed. Just like the old man. They were like family to me. He was a little brother to me. Naruto started getting up, his eyes now showing red instead of crystal blue, pupils slit. You harmed the people that are precious to me, and for that, I'll grant you a slow death, growled Naruto. I like to see you do something, hero, snorted Shiro. Naruto let out a yell as red chakra started pouring out of him, engulfing Naruto and healing his wounds. Shiro was both amazed and scared for his life. The boy had chakra leaking out to the amount that it was visible to the naked eye. How is this possible? A human eye can't see chakra like this. The kid's not normal. Shiro held out his sword in a defensive stance and stared at Naruto, waiting for him to make a move and hopefully, he would be able to survive. Naruto let out another inhuman roar and disappeared. Somewhere in the village, Jiraiya was peeping into a local bathhouse when suddenly, he fell on his behind as some invisible force knocked him over. He had felt an intense chakra spike. Naruto. He got up and ran towards Naruto's location. Gensai was drinking tea at a local tea shop when he felt a strong aura. Naruto? He must be in danger to release an aura this strong of a magnitude. He dropped his cup and dashed off towards the location of that aura. Back in the forest. Shiro was scared. The power this boy had was off the scales. Even though he couldn't follow the boy, he saw the blurred images that the boy left behind as he ran around them. Shiro signaled his men to come closer so they can have a formation of some sort. He saw his men walking back and then each of them fell to the ground as their heads rolled off and blood spraying everywhere. Now Shiro was beyond scared. Naruto was moving faster than the human eye can track. He saw Shiro standing there shaking, holding his sword out like if it was a piece of meat. Team, he'll regret crossing paths with me. He sped around Shiro and went in for the kill. Shiro was currently looking for the real Naruto. He looked in shock when he saw Naruto in front of him with his hand piercing him through his chest. The pain took a few seconds before it reached his brain. Shiro let out an inhumanly cry. He now felt the pain of a hand going through his chest. The pain he felt was immeasurable. I promise you a slow death, so now you will receive one. Naruto stared into Shiro coldly. Die. Not without you, demon. Shiro quickly formed some hand seals with his last breath and smirked. Bakuhatsu no Jutsu. Naruto's eyes widened as Shiro finished the last hand seal and darkness engulfed him. Jiraiya and Gensai quickly ran to the location. It was not difficult considering that Naruto was never the subtle one when trying to conceal himself. When they appeared at the battleground, the sight they saw made their faces pale. There were dead bodies all over the place and some survivors. Jiraiya was searching for Naruto when he spotted a crater just a few meters away from everything else. As Naruto regained consciousness, he opened his eyes slowly. Ero Sennin? He tried to sit up but found it difficult to do. Izagaki, you're still hurt. I barely fixed you up. Naruto put a hand on his head. How long have I been out? A good 2 hours. Memories of the event came back to Naruto. Ero Sennin, I killed him. I killed all of them. It's all my fault that they're dead. I couldn't save Shin. Naruto slammed his fists to the ground, tears leaking out from his eyes. If only I was stronger. It's okay, Naruto, it's okay. Jiraiya tried to calm the crying boy down. Naruto buried his head into his arms, crying. Naruto-kun, a feminine voice called out from behind him. Naruto picked his head up, eyes still filled with tears. He saw Shizuka Takeru standing in front of him. Naruto-kun, it's okay. In fact, I want to thank you for what you have done for us today. If you didn't save us, we would have all died. No. I couldn't save him. I'm sorry, Shizuka-san. Naruto went back to looking at the ground. Fresh tears were beginning to form in his eyes again. He looked up when he felt a pair of arms wrapped around him. Sure, it's okay now, Naruto. You can let go now. You don't have to blame yourself for this. It is not your fault. Naruto stared into Shizuka's eyes, searching for the hatred that he thought she had, but he found nothing. He instead found compassion and love. He felt another pair of arms around his waist and a head leaning on his back. Hikaru-chan. Please don't blame yourself for this, Naruto-kun. Shizuka stepped back for a moment before taking a look at the scene. She couldn't help but smile when she saw her daughter having her arms around Naruto. Shinkun's happiest days was with you, Naruto-kun. You gave him an older brother that he always wanted. Naruto dried his eyes and turned to face Hikaru. Really? She looked into his eyes, feeling the sadness in him. Hi, Naruto-kun. Shin is now in a better place with Ota-san. Naruto put on a smile weakly. Jiraiya noticed his pupil's attempt in hiding his pain. The pain that this boy goes through is hidden being that happy, foolish mask he puts on for everyone. How much more can you go, Naruto, before it cracks? They look cute, don't they? Shizuka turned her head to Jiraiya. Yeah, they do. I just thought of a new inspiration for my book. Jiraiya immediately took out his notepad and pen. Young lovers, I can see it now. Shizuka clenched her fist together before glaring at Jiraiya. That better not be my daughter in your story, Jiraiya-sama. Jiraiya paled at the killer intent being released by this female. What is up with these females and their strength? He put his notepad away before continuing. I'm sorry for your loss, Shizuka-san. Thank you, Jiraiya-sama, but my husband and son will never be forgotten. They will be able to rest in peace knowing that Hikaru and I are fine. Besides, I have a future to look forward to. I expect Naruto-kun to become a great man and not a pervert like you, Jiraiya-sama. She yanked him up by his collar and looked threateningly into his eyes. Is that clear? Yes, Shizuka-sama. Jiraiya felt weak on the knees knowing that this is another woman to add on to his list to never make angry again. Ero Sennin, am I a killer like everyone says I am? Jiraiya looked at Naruto as Shizuka dropped Jiraiya on his behind. Of course not, killers are people who kill in cold blood and has no reason to justify their actions besides the usual I do it because I like blood. Naruto turned his head to find Jinsai leaning on a tree. You defended your precious people in time of need, and if you weren't going to die, he was. When a person picks up a weapon, they signed a contract with fate knowing that one day, they will have to kill and die by the weapon. Jinsai's words echoed through his head. He had experienced his first kill protecting his precious people. You need to move on, Naruto. Mourning their deaths will only prevent you from moving forward. As long as you don't forget those that died, they will live on forever in your heart. Thank you, Jinsai-sensei. Naruto tried standing up but fell on his knees. Here Naruto-kun Hikaru put her arms around Naruto's waist and giving him the support he needed to walk. Arigato Hikaru-chan. Hikaru found it hard to repress a blush that was appearing on her face. If you people here are done, I suggest we have a proper funeral for the mayor and his son. Jinsai spoke up, clearly wanting to get out of the battlefield. A couple of days later, Shizuka held a funeral service for her deceased son and husband. The entire village showed up to pay their respects to the mayor and his son. When Naruto showed up, placed a white rose on each of their graves. I promise you, Yamato-san, Shin, I will watch over your family and protect them no matter what. He moved on as he finished his silent vow to the fallen ones. As he passed the other villagers, he could hear their whispers. Is that the kid who killed them? I heard the remaining bandits scream out demon when they saw him. I think we should be careful of him. It's just like Konoha again. Naruto stared at his feet as he continued walking away from everyone else. Next day. Ero-sennin, it's time to go. Naruto walked up to Jiraiya and grabbed his sensei while dragging him away from the hot springs. Mad Naruto, I'm not done yet. Naruto looked at Jinsai. What are you going to do now, Jinsai-sensei? Well, what do you think? Naruto thought about what his sensei would do if he stayed in this village. Take over Ero-sennin's place as the townspeople? Jinsai looked at him with annoyance and smacked him over the head. Bakagaki. He looked around seeing if anyone heard Naruto's comment. No, I'm going to be travel with you. There has to be someone training you. Naruto, for the first time since the deaths, gave a genuine smile. Arigato sensei. As the trio started walking out of the village, they heard some yelling from behind them. Wait, Naruto-kun! A voice shouted. Naruto turned around to be tackled to the ground by Hikaru. Ow, Hikaru-chan? What are you doing here? Naruto looked at the girl that sat on top of him. Me and Ka-san wanted to say goodbye before you leave. Shizuka walked up to her daughter who sat on top of Naruto. Have a safe journey, Naruto-kun. I will, Shizuka-san, thank you for everything. Naruto tried getting up but found that Hikaru was not budging, so he picked her up bridal style. Hikaru had felt her cheeks turning scarlet as Naruto picked her up. Naruto-kun, you can let me down now, Hikaru replied, giggling before she gave him a kiss on the cheek. Thank you for being there, Naruto-kun. Naruto felt his own cheeks turning red from that kiss as he put her down. Way to go, Naruto! Shouted Jiraiya with his pen and notepad out taking notes. If what you're doing is what I think it is, you'll be in for a world of pain, Ero-sennin. Naruto looked into Jiraiya's eyes as if he could see into his very soul. Jiraiya whimpered behind Jinsai. What have I gotten myself into? Jinsai found the situation to be funny if not for the fact that Jiraiya was holding on to his leg. As the group exchanged final goodbyes, Hikaru went up to Naruto and gave him one last kiss on the cheek. Be safe, Naruto-kun, and promise me that you'll stay in contact with me. I promise, Hikaru-chan. Naruto touched the area of his cheek that Hikaru kissed. Ho ho ho, nice one, Arogaki. You got some smooth moves with the ladies. Jiraiya laughing at the account of Naruto's embarrassment. Remember our deal too, Jiraiya-sama. Jiraiya paled at the comment from Shizuka. Hi, Shizuka-sama. 3 days later and a good distance away from the village. Naruto, it is time to train you in the arts of Kenjutsu. Naruto looked up from his training exercises to find Jinsai with a wooden sword. What do you mean? I feel that it is time for you to learn my style of swordsmanship. It will benefit you in the long run, Naruto. Hi, sensei. My style is known as the Shiranui-ryu, and with your speed, you'll have no problem with it. Take hold of this bakken that you'll be using until I feel you're ready to take hold of a real sword. The student and teacher began once again as they added a new training to his already packed training schedule. 1 year later, unknown location. Naruto, time is running out, you must go now. Jinsai stared at the opponent in front of him. No, sensei, let me stay and help. I know I can help you, Naruto pleaded with his sensei. This is not your fight. Have I taught you nothing? Live by the sword and die by the sword. That is the way of the sword. But sensei. Enough Naruto, seek out the man Hiko who hides in the water when you're ready. Gensai smiled at his student who has become a son to him over the past year. I always imagined what my son would be if I had one Naruto. Thank you for letting me be part of your life. Sensei Naruto lost consciousness as he was hit on the neck. Jiraiya, take him and leave now, this is not your fight. Gensai threw his sword to Jiraiya who caught it with one hand. When he wakes up, tell him I'm sorry. Always, you can count on me. If he turns out to be a pervert like you, I'll come back and haunt you. Gensai threatened Jiraiya as he turned around, waiting for them to leave. What is up with everyone and they're thinking of me corrupting Naruto? I say the boy has a better future if he acted more like me. No problem, old friend, it has been an honor. Jiraiya picked up Naruto along with the sword before taking off. He took one last look as the man who was feared as the demon, the killer of 1,000 people. A couple of hours later, Naruto woke up, feeling sore as the pain shot up from his neck to his head. His hands went to massage his neck. I see you're awake, Naruto, a familiar voice said. Naruto recognized the voice without turning around. He's gone, isn't he, Ero-sennin? Jiraiya detected a hint of sadness in his voice. Yes, but he won't be forgotten. Naruto stared straight into the sky, the vast darkness that it held. Hope you're doing well, old man. Naruto got up slowly, turning to look at Jiraiya. Where are we going next, Ero-sennin? The boy's eyes showed nothing but emptiness. Here, Naruto. Jiraiya handed Naruto a sword. He wanted you to have this. Naruto held the sword with shaking hands. This is your last gift to me, Gensai-sensei. I won't let it go to waste. I will make you proud of me. Naruto tied the sword to his back, making sure it stayed in place, and tested out how well it would be if he had to draw the sword in battle. Naruto, it's okay to feel sad and mourn over lost ones. I'm not crying, Jiraiya-sensei. This is not the time to cry. For God's sake, Naruto, you're only human. We're supposed to feel emotions. Stop hiding behind that mask of yours. I'm sorry, but I can't. Not now. Not ever. Jiraiya sighed as he only looked at Naruto. If you could only help your son Ero, let's visit Umi no Kuni, Ero-sennin. I want to pick up some more jutsus. Umi no Kuni and Naruto? You don't fool me for 1 second. Jiraiya put his hand on his chin for a minute. Walking into the land of sea does sound fun, not to mention more research material. Jiraiya walked up to Naruto and hit him across the head. Baka, Gensai didn't die, so you can just throw your life away. I know of this Hiko he spoke about. I will take you to Hiko when I think you're ready, so stop rushing. Naruto held his head down. I know, Ero-sennin. I'm not trying to die here. I still have to take the title away from the old man before I do. Naruto gave Jiraiya a foxy smile. He noticed that the change in the boy's eyes. It showed a fire burning, something he haven't seen since they left Konoha. Until I become Hokage, I will not die. Jiraiya smirked. Okay, Gaki, we're going someplace else. Where, Ero-sennin? Kaminari no Kuni. Jiraiya pointed eastward as Naruto ran ahead. It's time to take care of some unfinished business, then it's time to head back to the place where it all began. Back in the village. It feels great to be back in the village. The beautiful girls, the great hot springs, the amazing sights. Jiraiya could have gone on and on, but he was caught up at the moment with staring at the women as they passed by him. He gave them a big winning smile, which they politely waved back. You say that for every village, Ero-sennin. Naruto pointed that out a little too loud. Jiraiya quickly turned his head to glare at Naruto, but the damage was already done. People started to whisper among themselves and looked cautiously at Jiraiya. Damn it, Naruto, look at what you did. He smacked Naruto across the head. Why don't you call me Jiraiya-sensei or something, anything else besides that name? You're lucky that's the only thing they're saying about you. He saw that Naruto had his head down, not looking anywhere besides the ground as they walked over to the Hokage Tower. He then heard the whispers that Naruto was referring to. The demon? I thought he's dead. Be careful, the demon's back. Don't look at him, honey, he'll rip your soul out and eat it. Jiraiya glared at the villagers, forcing them to stop staring and move on. Naruto, they can't see beyond the usual box. They don't know the real you. Naruto looked up slowly, with a smile. It's okay, Ero-sennin, I don't mind. Jiraiya noticed the fake smile. The boy had already put his mask back on. You don't fool me, Naruto, that mask may hide your true personality, but soon, it will crack and then the world will see it was a mistake to reject you. Hokage Tower. Hokage-sama, there are two people here to see you. Sarutobi looked up from his mountain of paperwork. To see these people or to conquer this unconquerable pile of paperwork? What do you suggest? He sarcastically asked his secretary. It was not one of his good days. He was busy compiling the academy's genin teams and it was giving him a headache. There were 14 students that had to go into 5 teams evenly. Each team had to be balanced in terms of skills and abilities. If he made a mistake, they could be killed in a mission. I am getting too old for this. Sarutobi took some quick scenarios in his head and decided that meeting the guests would be less troublesome. Send them in, please. Sarutobi waved his hand to confirm his actions. Right away, Hokage-sama. As soon as his secretary walked out, his 2 guests waltzed right in. Hey, old man. Sarutobi was very surprised to see his guests. In front of him stood 2 people that he hasn't seen for 6 years. Naruto, my god, look at you. You grown so much. Naruto was surprised when Sarutobi came over and hugged him. It is good to have you back, Naruto. He released Naruto and looked over him carefully. You have grown into what I hope you would be. A strong young man. Sarutobi smiled at Naruto before patting him on the head. You're unusually quiet today, Naruto. Don't you have anything to say? No, but I have something to say. Sarutobi turned his head to find Jiraiya leaning over the wall. Yeah, I'm still alive, old man. Sarutobi looked over Jiraiya before laughing. It's good to see you too, Jiraiya. TCH, old man. Jiraiya had a serious look in his eyes, which meant his news was only for their ears only. Oh, Naruto, why don't you go down to the village and look at your new apartment? Sarutobi searched through his drawers to find a pair of keys before throwing it to Naruto, who caught it. Right, Sarutobi-oji, thanks. Naruto had a big smile on his face as he left the room. Sarutobi had a smile on his face as he watched Naruto run out of the tower. So how is he, Jiraiya? He turned around to look at Jiraiya. Jiraiya walked over to a chair before sitting down. Would you want the whole truth or the nice and short version? The whole truth. Sarutobi had to know how far the boy had progressed. It was not because Naruto was a Jinchuriki that caught his attention. It was his will, the will of fire that he has in him, that will bring forth greatness. Well, to be direct, I would rank Naruto as above Chunin, lower Jounin. The reason is because he lacks experience, which he will make up as he goes on. He has more potential than the fourth himself. Jiraiya thought some more before continuing. I would say his swordsmanship is great, his taijutsu is high Jounin, ninjutsu is high Jounin as well, but his genjutsu is only average because he didn't bother to concentrate on it. Sarutobi was surprised at this. He knew Naruto had untapped potential, but to see him develop them this fast was astonishing. I see now the problem is putting Naruto in a team that will put his abilities to good use. Jiraiya didn't know the current information about the village except from the letters he exchanged with his sensei. What prospects do we have this year? Sarutobi took a list off his desk and handed it to Jiraiya. The Uchiha brat looks like he's going to be the rookie of the year. We also have a Hyuga and an Aburame. It looks promising this year. Yes, we do, but putting them into teams is no easy matter. Put Naruto with the Uchiha. It'll give Naruto some common grounds and maybe he can teach the Uchiha a thing or two. Sarutobi looked at Jiraiya carefully, trying to understand his reasoning. Are you sure about this, Jiraiya? Jiraiya nodded his head. I do not doubt Naruto's abilities for a second. He has learned a lot throughout his travels with me. I saw a strange symbol on his back as he left the room. What was that symbol, Jiraiya? Jiraiya gave his sensei a smirk. That's the symbol for the Denka clan. Sarutobi opened his mouth in surprise. If Naruto's abilities were surprising, this was shocking. The Denka clan was renowned all over the world. Now, after hearing the news, he does not have any more doubts of Naruto's abilities. Okay, Jiraiya, I'm putting him on the team with the Uchiha. You won't regret it, old man. In the village. Naruto was happy to finally be back in the village, but he still felt the glares from behind his back. He lowered his head slightly before walking faster. The demon's back in town. I thought he died. Is he trying to mock us? Naruto looked up, with an emotionless face. He then vanished into the wind, leaving nothing behind. A particular spectator was surprised at this. He left no chakra trail, and it seemed like he can do Shunshin impressive. Hokage Tower. It's finally done now. Sarutobi stretched as he put his pen down and got up. Great, old man, I now leave Naruto under your care and take my time now to do my research. Jiraiya got near the door and left the room before the Sandaime could issue some ridiculous order such as to make him stay in the village. Don't let us down, Naruto, both of these men thought as they went on with their separate ways. Naruto's apartment. Damn, it's kinda far from the town. Shouldn't have expected much. Naruto had to run over a mile just to get to his apartment. Be grateful that there are people that still accept you for who you are, brat. Yeah, I know, but I can't help but think that they're only doing this because they have to, not because they want to. Brat, did anyone tell you that you think too much? Shut up, Fox. Naruto looked into his new apartment, a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, and a single bedroom. This is a simple apartment. For a simple brat. The fox snickered inside Naruto's mind. Shut it, Fox, at least I have something more than that stupid cage. Naruto chuckled as he heard Kyuubi roar in his cage. Naruto heard some quiet footsteps outside his door before a knock. He wondered who would be looking for him. An Umbu was standing outside the door when Naruto opened it. Naruto glanced at the Umbu. Can I help you? The Umbu looked at him before answering quickly. The Hokage requests your presence immediately. The Umbu disappeared into a puff of smoke as soon as the message was delivered. He didn't want to stay any longer than he needed to. Naruto smirked as he saw the Umbu making tracks across the rooftops. I guess it's time to see the Hokage. Hokage Tower. What did you need me for, old man? Naruto barged in through the doors. Sarutobi looked up from his paperwork to see the blonde. Naruto, how was your apartment? It was great, thanks, old man. Naruto smiled before sitting down in front of the Hokage. I want to discuss with you today about enrolling into the academy. Naruto jumped up in surprise. Why should I enroll into some academy that was intended for weaklings? He replied coldly. Naruto, if you haven't noticed, you're still a child and you need to be with people your age. Naruto slammed his hand on the desk, sending the papers flying everywhere. I do not need anyone and I won't need anyone, he answered back with a cold tone. The Hokage stood up, trying to calm the boy down. Naruto, hear me out. Is your dream still to become Hokage? He wanted Naruto to listen to his reason before he walked away. Of course I do. I will take that title away from you. Naruto pointed to him and smirked. Don't die before I take it from you, old man. Sarutobi started laughing. Haha, Naruto, if you want to take my title, you will have to go through the academy exam and pass to become a genin. If that's what I have to do, then so be it. Naruto walked over to the window before turning around. He had a determined look on his face and eyes of fire that was shining brighter than ever. Sarutobi couldn't help but smile. I believe that you will, Naruto, that one day, you will become the greatest Hokage ever. Now get some sleep, you will be at the academy for the exam tomorrow morning. Don't be late. Naruto nodded before disappearing through the window. Truly amazing, Sarutobi thought as he walked over to the window that Naruto left open and closed it. You can come out now, Kakashi. Kakashi appeared from the wall and walked towards the Hokage. Hokage-sama, he bowed in respect. If you're here, that means you saw Naruto already, right? Kakashi looked up and smiled. Yes, he's grown a lot, and from his earlier entrance, I would say he's improved a lot. I won't say much, but just stay on your toes, he'll give you a run for your money. Kakashi repressed a smile. We'll see in a few days then. Next morning, academy. Naruto followed the directions given to him from the Hokage for locating the academy. As soon as he reached the grounds of the academy, everything was silent. Parents were staring at him, and the kids stopped doing whatever they were doing, only because their parents stopped and looked straight at him. As Naruto walked by, he could feel their intense glares on him and ushered their children into the classroom where it was safe. This is why I didn't want to come back. Naruto didn't want to hate the villagers, but at times, he couldn't help but hate them. He plastered on his smile and continued walking to find the teacher who went by the name of Irika Umino. What's so special about him anyway? A raven-haired boy looked at Naruto as he walked by. My problems are bigger than him. He doesn't look like much anyway. Sasuke-kun, come on, let's go. He turned around to see his fangirls calling out his name. HN. He walked by them and into the classroom. Inside the classroom, children's chatter filled the big classroom. The students couldn't help but feel nervous about the exam that was coming up. All of them had hopes of graduating and becoming ninjas for the village. The students looked at the door as their teacher Irika Umino walked in. Alright, settle down now. The talking soon stopped as he walked towards the center of the room. We have a new student who will be joining us for the exam today. Please give a warm welcome to Naruto Uzumaki. A 5'1" boy walked into the classroom, wearing a light blue t-shirt and black pants. Naruto felt the silence as he walked near Irika. Iruka saw the unwelcoming glare that his students were showing towards Naruto. He would too if he was teaching the boy who had the QB sealed inside him. Flashback. Iruka received a message from the Hokage saying that he wanted to see him. He didn't know what he wanted, but to send an Umbu to personally fetch him must be pretty important. Now he was standing before the Hokage. Iruka, I will be adding a late entry into your class tomorrow for the exam. Late entry? I don't understand. Iruka had a confused look on his face. It was already the end of the semester, and he doubts anyone, even being admitted personally by the Hokage, could pass. He's been traveling around for the past few years and he couldn't find the time to attend the academy. Sarutobi was slowly studying the man, judging him if he was someone who resent Naruto for what he is. With all due respect, sir, an entry this late would mean being dead last in the class. I know Iruka, but I don't think he cares about being dead last. Is it too late? Iruka really didn't have a choice. The Hokage would put him in if he said yes or no anyway. Who is this child? He was curious to see who this boy was if he had the Hokage's support behind him. Naruto Uzumaki. Iruka's eyes widened as he heard the name. And no, definitely not, he wanted nothing to do with the demon. Let the demon in with the other kids? I cannot let the other children be harmed by him. Sarutobi sighed and shook his head. Iruka, do you really think Naruto is the QB? He is only the person who is holding the demon back. I know the QB killed your parents and made you an orphan, but Naruto himself has grown up without knowing his parents and had to fend for himself. He had no one to take care of himself and was left out in the streets until I found him. Iruka felt his vision of the demon shatter. He was caught up with the rumors themselves that he never got a chance to see Naruto for himself. An orphan like me? Yes, but he has had it worse than you. Memories of his childhood came back to Iruka as he looked back. He couldn't help but feel that the QB child isn't a demon anymore, just a regular child who was fated to carry a huge burden. I decided that I will accept him into my class tomorrow. Thank you so much, Iruka, this means a lot to me. Sarutobi bowed his head. Hokage-sama, there's no need for that. I will be going now. Iruka bowed his head once more before leaving the room. Flashback end. Let's see where you'll sit. Iruka looked around the classroom for an empty seat. He didn't want to put Naruto that far back. He spotted an empty seat next to Nara Shikamaru. There is an empty seat next to Shikamaru. Shikamaru, raise your lazy hand so he knows who you are. Shikamaru slowly looked up to see the new student before raising his hand. A new student, so troublesome. He'll probably bug me until the day ends. Naruto saw his seat and walked over to it. He noticed that a couple of students were staring at him, a raven-haired boy and a couple of girls. He ignored them and sat down in his seat next to Shikamaru. Okay, today is our graduation exam. We will be conducting the test in 20 minutes, so prepare for it. It will consist of making 3 bushins, a henge, and effectively use a kawarimi. I will be calling you one by one for testing. Until then, please stay in your seats and don't cause trouble. Iruka sat down in his chair to set up the preparations with his assistant Mizuki. Mizuki looked interestingly at Naruto. So that's the demon brat. He will prove useful later when he fails. Mizuki had a small smile before going back to his preparations for the exam. Naruto was carefully studying his new environment, making notes of the people in his class and his teachers. This exam will be easy compared to the one Araki Nichan gave me. Sadist Nechan. He closed his eyes and put his head down to catch up some sleep until it was his turn to take the exam. Shikamaru looked at his neighbor and grinned. If he likes to sleep in class, then he's okay in my book. Shikamaru then followed Naruto's example and put his head down. News has spread like wildfire. Everyone was curious about the new boy. All they knew about the boy was that their parents don't want them to be associated with him. Unknown to Naruto, he is now the center of attention to everyone in the class. Look at that dobe, putting his head down like he's going to pass. Sasuke was looking at Naruto. He couldn't help but notice something familiar about Naruto, but he can't put his finger on it. Hey Sakura, look at the new kid, Naruto. He can't compare to my Sasuke-kun. Sakura Haruno was one of the smartest kids in the class, next to her friend Ino Yamanaka. They were the smartest kunoichi in the class. Your Sasuke-kun? He's mine. The girls argued back and forth between themselves on who their Sasuke-kun liked. Naruto looked up and glared at the girls. Sakura and Ino felt an intense glare from behind, instantly shutting up and turning around to see who was staring at them. When they turned around, Naruto had already put his head down and went back to sleep, but unfortunately for Sasuke, who was looking at Naruto, turned his head a second too early and caught the eyes of Sakura and Ino, who shrieked when they saw it was their Sasuke-kun that looked at them. Irika stood up after he finished the preparations. Okay, quiet down. It is time to begin your exams. When I call your name, please step up and perform your objectives. He had hoped that all of his students passed. Aburaim Shino, please come up and perform 3 bushins, a henge of a teacher, and use kawarimi effectively. Shino walked up slowly and nodded. He performed the hand seals and did 3 bushins, transformed into a perfect Irika and switched himself with one of his clones. Irika and Mizuki nodded to each other to confirm his passing. Congratulations, you passed. Irika handed Shino his headband. After Shino, there were some more people called, including Sakura and Ino, who passed with excellence. Irika smiled at the people who passed so far. He felt happy that he had something to do with their future careers as ninjas. Uchiha Sasuke walked down to the front with a determined look. Naruto picked his head up slightly to look at the Uchiha. He saw him perform 5 bushins and turn both of them into Irika and Mizuki. He then correctly used Kawamori with 2 students. Irika gave him a big smile and said congratulations. Sasuke turned around and smirked to Naruto. Naruto rolled his eyes and poked Shikamaru. Hey Nara-san, who is that kid? Shikamaru picked his head up and looked at Sasuke. That's Uchiha Sasuke, the last of the Uchiha clan. They were all murdered one night, and he is the last one left. The villagers treat him like a god because of his bloodline. Naruto took one look at the Uchiha and laughed. He doesn't look like much. Shikamaru laughed as well. You know, you're not bad, come join me and Choji at Ichiraka today. Naruto gave out a small smile and nodded. I will see you at lunch then, Nara-san. Shikamaru shook his head. Call me Shikamaru, I'm not my old man. It's too troublesome to be him. Okay then, Shikamaru. Uzumaki Naruto Irika read the name off his clipboard. Naruto was the last one on the list that hasn't gone yet. He hoped the Hokage knew what he was doing by putting Naruto in the academy. As Naruto went down to the front, he felt all eyes on him. He figured everyone wanted to see what he could do, knowing he that was new and all. Okay, you know the drill. 3 bushins, henge and a kawarimi jutsu. Naruto nodded. He held up one hand and produced 1 bushin. I said 3 bushins, not 1, Naruto. Irika looked in disappointment at the boy. Even the average academy student could make 3. Sasuke smirked from his seat. I knew he was weak. Naruto looked confused. I do have 3 bushins out here. Like hell you do, dope. Naruto turned his head to see a boy with a dog on top of his head insulting him. Kiba! Sit down now! Irika yelled to the boy to sit back down in his seat. What do you mean, Naruto? He looked at Naruto confusingly. You said to perform 3 bushins, a henge and kawarimi, right, Yumino-san? Irika tried to decipher what the boy was trying to say, but he couldn't make any sense of it. If you can't produce 3 bushins, I'm afraid you fail, Naruto. Naruto sighed before shaking his head. Look at the chair you're sitting on and the desk you're writing on, sensei. Irika jumped up and inspected his chair and desk. Naruto smiled before releasing the henge. The chair and desk turned into clones of Naruto. Irika and Mizuki jumped back in surprise. Irika looked at the clones more closely. These aren't bushins, they're solid clones. He didn't even use any excess chakra when creating them. When did Naruto switch them, and how did he do it? Irika smiled before nodding with Mizuki. Congratulations, Naruto, you passed with flying colors. The rest of the class was quiet. They were all shocked with his demonstration. Sensei, how did he do that? It's a trick, right? Sakura replayed the scene in her mind, trying to understand it. Irika looked at Naruto, who only shook his head. Sakura, what Naruto did was similar to a trick, but it was how he did it that made him pass. Sakura felt relieved now. She knew her Sasuke-kun was the strongest. Sasuke was also feeling relieved. I knew he was weak. Why did I get anxious when he performed it? I think he's hiding something. Irika looked over his list one more time before standing up. Well, it looks like everyone in this classroom has passed the exam. Everyone here is now dismissed, but come back in 1 hour so we can assign you to teams. He was truly happy that every one of his students passed the exam. Some of them truly have bright futures, just like Naruto Uzumaki. The children ran outside happily, as their parents were outside greeting them. Irika noticed that Naruto was the last one to leave. He couldn't help but feel pity for the boy. Naruto walked out of the room slowly. He had nowhere to go, nor did he have anyone to share his news with. His Neichan wasn't here and Erosenin was probably off doing research. He saw the rest of the children holding up their headbands for their parents to see. He missed the comfort of having a real family. Hey Fox, did you ever have a family? Family? I am the strongest of all the Biju brat. Now go away before I eat you. Naruto chuckled at the fox. He knew talking to the fox could take his mind off matters, even if it was for a second. He then remembered his lunch with Shikamaru and his friend Choji at Ichiraku today. Back at the academy, the boys made their way back to the academy. Naruto had found Choji to be quite the eater. He was also strong and considerate given his body size. They instantly became friends over several bowls of ramen. Choji at first was happy to find a new eating buddy with, and anyone that could eat as much as him wasn't that bad at all. Shikamaru looked at the bowls that those two consumed. They were stacked as high as the Hokage's paperwork. He thought it was too troublesome to even eat anymore after watching those two eat. As they made their way towards their seats, they saw Iruka walking back into the classroom. Hey Naruto, how come I never saw you in this village before? Naruto hesitated before answering. He didn't want to give himself away. Naruto looked at Choji before answering. I was raised both in and out of this village for a while. I have been traveling everywhere since I was young. Choji grinned at Naruto. That is so cool, you must have eaten different varieties of local cuisine. Naruto nodded his head. Yup, food from different countries tastes different, but they're all good. Alright. Settle down. The boys looked at each other and shrugged as they sat down. I will now call out the team members and their sensei. Please remember it because I won't repeat it. The class waited in anticipation to see which team they would be put on. Team 10 will be Naro Shikamaru. Shikamaru picked his head up to listen for the rest of his team. Akimichi Choji. Choji gave his best friend a smile and received a nod in return from Shikamaru. And Yamanaka Ino. Your sensei will be Sarutobi Asuma. What? I'm paired up with them? Ino ranted on about how useless her teammates were before Iruka told her to be quiet and sit down. Shikamaru looked at Ino before putting his head back down. How troublesome. Unfortunately for him, Ino heard it. What did you say? She threw her book at Shikamaru and hit him on the head. Choji snickered at the scene. Ino, please refrain yourself or I will do it for you. Ino bowed her head in apology towards her sensei. Team 8 will be Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka, and Shino Aburame, and your sensei will be Yuhi Kurinai. Iruka paused for a moment before continuing. Team 7 will be Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura, and Sakura jumped up from her seat. Take that, Ino pig. She stuck her tongue at Ino. Sit down, Sakura. Iruka yelled from the front. Uzumaki Naruto. Your sensei will be Heikate Kakashi. Sasuke smiled at the news. He was glad the new kid was on his team. Now he could see who was the stronger one. Okay, now that your teams have been called, please wait here and your sensei will pick you up. Iruka left the room after the announcement, leaving the students to talk among themselves. 10 minutes later, there was a knock on the door and the students were quiet. Is Team 10 here? I'm Asuma Sarutobi. Naruto looked up to see a tall man. He wondered what the relationship between him and the old man was. After Team 10 left, a red-haired woman entered the room. Is Team 8 here? I'm Kurinai Yuhi. Pretty soon, all the teams were picked up, leaving Team 7 alone in the classroom. Sakura couldn't be happier. She was in the room with the boy of her dreams. Yes. Love conquers all. Sasuke was too busy ignoring her and analyzing Naruto. Naruto was just oblivious to everything. He had his head down, sleeping. He didn't detect any chakra signals around the academy. He figured their sensei forgot about them, which was okay to him. He didn't care much for this team. 2 hours later. As Hitaki Kakashi walked into the classroom, he figured his students were angry at him. Oh well, it's not like I'm going to pass them anyway. He opened the door and walked in. Yo! Kakashi waved his hand to greet his students. Sensei, you're late. Sakura's loud voice echoed through the empty classroom. Shut up, Pinky, you're very loud. She turned around to see Naruto rubbing his eyes. Kakashi noticed Naruto, who was actually wide awake. So he noticed my chakra signature. Interesting kid. He saw Sasuke sitting in his seat glaring at him. You see, there was this chicken that had trouble crossing the road and I had to help her. Liar, Sakura screamed at him once again. Anyway, my first impression of you three is you bore me. Meet me on the rooftop. He disappeared into smoke, leaving Team 7 to walk up the stairs. Sasuke and Sakura immediately ran up the stairs, not caring where Naruto was. Naruto smiled. Such caring teammates. I feel the love. He slowly walked up the stairs to the roof to meet their late sensei. Kakashi watched as 2 of his 3 students made it up the stairs, out of breath and tired. Where's Naruto? He looked behind them to see the blonde boy walking up slowly, taking his time. Kakashi smiled under his mask. This will be an interesting team. Okay, as soon as our last member arrives, we'll start with introductions. When Naruto finally reached the top of the stairs, he found everyone looking at him. He quickly made his way to sit beside Sasuke. Okay, now that we're here, why don't we introduce ourselves, tell me your likes, dislikes, and your dreams for the future. Sakura was a little confused. She didn't know what to say in front of their sensei. Sensei, why don't you go first so we can have an example? Fair enough. My name is Hitaki Kakashi, my likes and dislikes are a lot of things and my goals are none of your concern. Sasuke and Sakura glared at Kakashi. They didn't learn much except for his name. Naruto laughed to himself. So his name is Hitaki Kakashi, the copy ninja. Kakashi noticed how Naruto was being quiet. You, the very quiet one, why don't you go first? Naruto looked up and figured there was no way out of this. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. I have no likes, I dislike this village. My dream is to one day become the greatest Hokage since the fourth. Sasuke laughed. You? Hokage? You couldn't even do a simple bushin. Yeah, that's right. Sakura joined in. Naruto only smiled, which only irritated Sasuke some more. Kakashi nodded at Naruto's statement. He looked at Sasuke for the next introduction. Okay, the brooding one. You're next. Sasuke glared at Kakashi before continuing. My name is Uchiha Sasuke. I have no likes or dislikes. My dream, no my goal, is to kill a certain man and resurrect my clan. Sasuke's so cool. Sakura gave him dreamy eyes and looked on. Naruto was lying on his back looking at the clouds, ignoring everyone. Okay, Pinky, you're up. Sakura snapped back to reality and introduced herself. My name is Haruno Sakura. I like she looks at Sasuke and giggles. I hate Inopig and a certain blonde. She looks at Naruto. My dream is to one day she again looks at Sasuke and giggled again. So I have a fangirl, an Avenger and a mystery on my hands. Great start. Kakashi only shuddered to think about the work fate has in store for him. Okay, tomorrow, we'll have one last survival exam. Sasuke and Naruto looked up. Sakura was shocked. But sensei, I thought we already graduated. You may have graduated to prove that you're able to read and write, but in this exam, you have to prove to me that you're able to become ninjas. This has a 66.6% chance failing rate. What? Sakura screamed. Don't bother eating anything because you'll just throw up. Sasuke frowned while Naruto only sat there looking up at the sky. Such pretty clouds, he said out loud. You're an interesting one, Naruto. Meet me at Training Ground 7 tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. Kakashi disappeared in a puff of smoke. Naruto got up slowly and made his way to the door. Fight me, dope. Naruto turned his head to see Sasuke standing there. You're not worth my time. As Naruto started walking away, Sasuke yelled out. Don't turn your back on me. He charged straight at Naruto. Idiot, Naruto muttered under his breath. As Sasuke got closer with his fist raised, Naruto stepped aside, sticking out his foot and tripped him. As Sasuke was falling down, he saw Naruto's eyes. It reminded him of his brother. They both have the same cold eyes. Naruto whispered something to him quietly. You're really weak, you know that, Sasuke-kun? I could have killed you in so many different ways right now, but lucky for you, I want some ramen. Naruto continued walking away, leaving Sasuke on the floor. He was too shocked to move. The similarities between his brother and Naruto were almost the same. Baka Naruto. How dare you do that to my Sasuke-kun? Sakura started running towards Naruto, her hands upraised to slap him. Naruto turned around and caught her hand. If you touch me, Haruno, I will break every part of your hand and make you wish that you never met me. Naruto let go of her hand and Sakura fell to her knees, shaking. As Naruto left the rooftop, Kakashi looked from across the building. Interesting, I never seen those two that shaken up before. Oh well, not my problem. Kakashi disappeared once more into his own business. A few minutes have passed and Sakura got over her little scene with Naruto. She looked around to find Sasuke still on the floor. She noticed the empty eyes on his face. Sasuke-kun, are you alright? What did he do to you? She shook him a few times before he snapped back to reality. He didn't do anything. He didn't want to fight me. I knew he couldn't take you. He must be weak if Sasuke-kun didn't want to hurt him. Yeah, that's right, Sakura told herself mentally. She didn't want to believe that her Sasuke-kun was weak. Hey Sasuke-kun, do you want to go on a date with me? Sasuke looked at her before getting up. No. He continued walking away while Sakura took his no as code for maybe next time. Wait for me, Sasuke-kun. She ran after him. Later that night. Ah, that was some great ramen dinner. That man can sure cook up a mean noodle. Naruto was walking slowly back to his house. It was dark and people weren't out in the streets anymore. They were home where they had people waiting for them, unlike him. He had no one to go home to. No one was waiting for him. If people say that death is the worst possible thing, they are sure wrong. Naruto looked around to see families all happy and cheerful, and he was just out walking alone. He was walking around until he saw Mizuki jumping from rooftop to rooftop rather stealthily, and in a hurry as well. Well, I got nothing else to do, might as well see what he is doing. Naruto proceeded to follow him into the forest but hid himself when he felt another chakra signature approaching rather quickly. He identified it as Irika Yumino. What is Irika-sensei doing here? He saw Irika jump in front of Mizuki. Hand over that scroll, Mizuki. It is against the law to steal the forbidden scroll. Naruto looked at the big scroll behind Mizuki's back. So that's the forbidden scroll. I remember Ero-sen telling me that it holds great power in there. He waited and watched the scene play out. Don't be such a drag, Irika. Join me and we can learn the secrets of the scroll together. Irika took out his kunai and got ready to charge. Over my dead body. Irika charged head-on against Mizuki, but Mizuki was ready for it. He thrusted a palm strike into Irika's face, sending him back into a tree. He reached for his weapon pouch and quickly flung a handful of kunais, striking Irika on his arms and knees, rendering him unable to get up. Well, since you can't join me, it looks like we part here. As Mizuki reached for his shuriken, he was punched in the gut by an unknown ninja. He staggered back, holding his stomach to take a good look at his attacker. Irika looked up in surprise to see his savior. Naruto Uzumaki, at your service. Naruto gave a little smirk as he watched Mizuki stood back up. Mizuki tried to talk his way out of it. He knows the situation looks bad, but maybe he could convince the demon to join him. Why don't you join me, Naruto? We're the same, you know? Naruto only laughed at him. We're nothing alike. I'm so much better looking than you. Mizuki smirked. We both want something more in our lives. You have a secret that possibly even you don't know of. Do you know why you're hated, Naruto? Why everyone keeps giving you dirty looks? Irika realized what Mizuki was trying to do. Stop, Mizuki, it's against the rules. He tried to get up, but he found himself unable to. Naruto, the reason why everyone hates you is because I'm the Kyuubi no Yoki. Naruto interrupted him and finished his sentence. Mizuki looked shocked. How did you know? He backed away slowly. If the Kyuubi was released, not even the scroll could save him. I know for a long time now, and there is a reason why I came back now. Naruto walked closer to Mizuki. Stay away from me, demon. Mizuki spat out venomous. Naruto had a little sadistic smile on his face. I could care less if you try to destroy this pitiful village, but if you try and use that power to hurt the few precious people that I hold dear to me, I'll kill you. Mizuki put his hands up in the air, trying to defend himself. You talk, big demon, let's see you walk it. Mizuki threw a punch towards Naruto's face. Word does not get out, Irika-sensei. Irika nodded as he saw Naruto jerked his head to the right to avoid the punch. Naruto pulled his hand back, palm wide open. Don't look away, you're in for a surprise. Blue chakra started spinning in his right hand. They started coming together to form a perfect sphere. Irika looked in surprise. That jutsu looks familiar. Mizuki tired to step back but found Naruto holding on to his shirt. Who would not run away when they are able to see chakra to an amount that was visible to the normal eye? He saw Naruto gripping tight to his vest, not letting go, but he had a smile on his face. Rasengan. Naruto cried out before thrusting his right hand forward into Mizuki's chest. The impact sent Mizuki spinning into a tree, killing him instantly. The force of the impact left a dent mark of 3 centimeters thick. Naruto walked up to an injured Irika. Are you alright, Irika-sensei? He offered his hand slowly to Irika, unsure if Irika was a threat to him or not. Irika smiled at him before taking his hand. You have my greatest thanks and respect, Naruto. No problem, sensei, you happened to show up before me. Now what you saw here tonight is to be kept confidential between you and me. Do you understand? Irika only nodded his head. His whole body ached and was in pain. I'll treat you to ramen sometime, Naruto, but for now, can you help me to the hospital? Yeah, hold on for a second. Naruto went to grab the scroll before going back to help Irika to the hospital. I have to leave you at the hospital, sensei. I have to meet my sensei early in the morning. Irika looked at Naruto before laughing. Don't worry about being late, Naruto. Kakashi has been known to be the late ninja. He would probably be late to his own funeral. Just take your time and eat some breakfast. No sense in not doing it. Thank you for the advice. Naruto dropped Iruka at the hospital before continuing his way home. Hokage Tower. I see that Jiraiya taught him the Rasengan, and he also recovered the scroll. Well, now that's safe, I guess I can continue reading my book. Sarutobi looked through his crystal ball. He saw the events up to where Naruto killed Mizuki, and is now taking Iruka to the hospital. Tomorrow's going to be a very interesting day. Sarutobi took out his suspicious-looking orange book before continuing on where he left it. Naruto was abruptly awakened from the sounds of his overpriced cheap alarm clock. It was one of the few necessities that he was able to buy without being thrown out from several stores. His eyes were unfocused for a second as he read the time. He squinted a bit to see the time. 7 a.m.? Only fools would be up this early. Naruto hit the snooze button one more time before going back to sleep. Iruka-san said Kakashi would be late. I guess I'll get up in a few more minutes. Darkness engulfed Naruto as he welcomed it once again. 1 hour later. Bright beams of sunlight forced their way through the single window of Naruto's apartment, forcing him to wake up. He twisted and turned but couldn't avoid the light. He turned his head to look at his clock. 8:25 a.m.? I guess it's time to get up. Naruto got up from his bed slowly. He knew Kakashi would probably come around 10, so it gave him plenty of time to get ready. Training Ground 7. As Naruto walked towards the training grounds, he saw Sasuke and Sakura already there. Sakura was trying to talk to Sasuke, but the Uchiha was too busy ignoring her. I don't sense Kakashi's chakra signature anywhere, so I think I'll hide in the shades for a while. Naruto figured Sasuke was too proud to initiate a conversation with him, and Pinky probably would not even talk to him. Why make life harder than it already is? Naruto suppressed his chakra and jumped quietly into a tree that wasn't far away from his teammates. It was several hours before Kakashi showed up, walking casually towards Sasuke and Sakura. Yo! He greeted, waving his left hand. You and Naruto are both late! Sakura screamed at him. She was not in a good mood. She woke up at 6 a.m. without eating breakfast. She was tired and she couldn't get Sasuke to notice her. To sum her up in one word, it would be that she was pissed. Naruto's late? I don't think so. Kakashi looked towards a tree. Naruto, why don't you grace us with your presence? The Genins turned their head, expecting to see their blonde teammate but found nothing. Sakura looked at Kakashi as if he was crazy or something. Kakashi-sensei, I don't think Naruto is here. Sasuke-kun and I have been here since 7, and we haven't seen him. Sakura wanted to release her frustrations on a particular person, but he wasn't quite here. Kakashi chuckled slightly. I've been here since 10 a.m. Pinky. Sakura turned her head to see Naruto leaning against the tree. Yo! Naruto waved his hand to greet his teammates. Sasuke's eyes widened. When did he get here? I didn't even notice him. Naruto, why are you late? Sakura let out her infamous scream. You'll wake the dead one day with your voice, Pinky. Naruto had his hands over his ears, checking to see if they were bleeding. Anyway, now that we're here, let's start this test. Kakashi walked over to a tree stump and put down a timer. He held out 2 silver bells before tying it to his waist. It is 10:30 right now. You guys have until 12 o'clock to get the bells from me. Come at me with the intention of killing me. Are you sure about that, sensei? Sakura had a little concern in her voice. She didn't want to see her sensei badly beaten by her Sasuke-kun. Kakashi wonders if she was showing concern for him or concern that Sasuke was going to beat him badly. Don't worry about me, Sakura, you guys won't land a scratch on me. I'm not a jounin for nothing, you know. Naruto let out a little laugh. Kakashi glanced at Naruto before flicking the bells. Sakura looked at the bells and saw only 2. Kakashi-sensei, why are there only 2 bells when there are 3 of us? I'm glad you asked. It means that one of you will fail indefinitely, and will be sent back to the academy, Kakashi said happily. Sasuke smirked. He was going to be one of the people to get the bell. Nothing can stop him until he fulfills his goal to kill his brother. Naruto looked at the bells before yawning. Kakashi cleared his throat. Ready, he paused for a moment. Begin. The 3 genins disappeared from sight. This will be one interesting test. The copy ninja walked towards the center of the field, taking a look at his surroundings. In a nearby bush, Sakura was watching her sensei just standing there. I must get a bell if I want to pass with Sasuke-kun. She wondered where he went. She looked around before hearing a noise. She turned her head to see the face of her sensei. Boo! Sakura, her eyes widened as she saw him holding up a seal. Kakashi held up his hand in a ram seal. Megan, Narakumi no Jutsu. Sakura saw leaves whirling around her as her vision went blurry. She ran out from her hiding place in hopes of running away from her sensei. She saw her beloved Sasuke-kun leaning across a tree, with blood coming out of his mouth and wounds all over his body. It was a gruesome sight. "Sakura, run." Those were the words she heard before he fell over dead. She let out a high-pitched scream before fainting. Kakashi stared at his student when she let out a scream. She fell for the easiest genjutsu? Isn't she supposed to have good chakra control? I wonder how reliable those reports are now. Kakashi's sweat dropped as he saw how easily Sakura fell to his genjutsu. Sasuke, who was hiding in a nearby tree, heard a girlish scream. That must mean he got to Sakura. Easier for me now since there are 2 bells and I only need 1. He continued to keep his eyes open for his sensei. Naruto turned his head to the voice of the scream. Haha, Pinky must have went down hard. He chuckled to himself before finding a tree with a nice spot to lie in. Kakashi walked back onto the field. 1 down, 2 left. He wondered how the infamous Uchiha would do and how far Naruto has advanced. Sasuke saw Kakashi just standing there, leaving himself wide open. There. He left himself wide open. He threw a kunai with an exploding note attached towards Kakashi. Kakashi heard a whizzing noise coming towards him and dodged at the last second. He was caught completely by surprise when he noticed there was an exploding note attached to it. The note exploded, causing a loud boom, sending mild shockwaves from the area. Sasuke saw Kakashi jump away, towards the left. He saw his chance to attack. He leaped up from his tree and flung shurikens with his right hand and several kunais with his left. The shurikens went for Kakashi as the kunais went below him. His aim needs some improvement. The kunais should have been used in combination to hit me. That move might have caused him everything. Kakashi saw the kunais flying under him, missing him by a wide margin while the shurikens were coming directly towards him. Kakashi heard a loud thump sound before seeing a rain of more kunais and shurikens flying towards him from every direction. Shit. He led me to believe that he was a novice to distract the intentions of the kunais. Sasuke Uchiha, I can't underestimate him. Sasuke was standing nearby as he saw his sensei get impaled by his trap. Over already? Sasuke went on high alert when he saw his sensei's bloody body turned into a log. Kawamari! Shit, that means he knows my location. Sasuke ran from the tree and into an open area. So that's where he was. Kakashi jumped up from his own hiding spot before confronting Sasuke. Naruto yawned as he watched his teammate try and best the famous copy ninja. This test is so obvious, I'm surprised Sakura didn't notice this first. Naruto watched the fight between Sasuke and Kakashi with little interest. He knew Sasuke was way in over his head, but it was funny to see Kakashi knock him down a peg or 2. Sasuke took out a pair of kunais before raising it to guard himself against his sensei. He was about to throw it when Kakashi reached into his weapon pouch. Kakashi noticed Sasuke hesitating. Why didn't you attack me? I was just going to take out this. Kakashi pulled out a dark green book. Don't worry, you probably won't even stop me from reading. Sasuke was fuming mad. He was supposed to be an Uchiha and here, he was getting mocked by his sensei. Sasuke threw his kunai before rushing towards Kakashi. Kakashi caught the kunai with his right hand, and stepped back just to avoid his student's punch. Sasuke swung his right hand towards Kakashi's face. Kakashi dropped the kunai before catching the fist. Sasuke then turned his body around and threw a kick from his sides, which Kakashi caught by using his left hand. Kakashi began to spin his body, increasing his momentum and using the boy's momentum as well to throw the Uchiha away. Sasuke landed on a tree before disappearing in smoke. Bushin? Kakashi turned around to see Sasuke finishing up some hand seals. Katan, Gokakyu no Jutsu. Sasuke finished the seal and sent a huge fireball towards Kakashi. An academy student should not have this much chakra reserves to pull this off. He mentally yelled to himself. He dashed towards the incoming fireball and disappeared. Sasuke's attention was being diverted to the scorching of his sensei in front of him. He didn't notice Kakashi appearing behind him and knocking him out. Naruto was enjoying the fight between Kakashi and Sasuke. Wow, that's a big fireball. Naruto let out a low whistle to the display that he witnessed. Guess that means it's my turn now. Naruto disappeared from his tree. Sakura was starting to wake up. She felt her head ache in pain as she got up. Her eyes went huge when she saw her Sasuke-kun lying on the floor unconscious. Sasuke-kun! She ran to him, making sure he wasn't dead. He's okay, Pinky, Kakashi-sensei didn't hurt him that much. Sakura heard a familiar voice behind her. She turned her head to find Naruto just standing there. Why didn't you help him, Naruto? She was pissed at him for not helping Sasuke. She yelled at him some more before Naruto found her presence irritating. Naruto looked at her coldly. Why would I even consider helping someone who disrespects me? He has done nothing to deserve my respect. He looked around before whispering something to Sakura. If you plan on crossing my path as well, I promise you that you won't live to see tomorrow, he said quietly yet cold. Sakura felt the chills going up from her back and saw Naruto's cold eyes. His face showed no emotion. She looked away. She couldn't stare into his harsh, cold eyes any longer. She was feeling scared at the moment. Sasuke-kun will beat you, just you wait, you jerk, Sakura said in a low whisper voice. She didn't know if she was brave enough to speak back against Naruto or just plain stupid. Naruto looked at her with an amused grin on his face. If he's going to kick my ass, then tell me why is he unconscious? Sakura didn't answer him because she was unable to. She gently shook Sasuke to wake him up. Sasuke felt someone shaking him as he woke up slowly. He slowly sat up and saw Naruto standing next to him. What are you doing here, dope? He glared at Naruto. Naruto gave out a little smirk. For a person that got his ass handed to him, you sure are quick to judge. Naruto replied calmly. Why don't we work together to get a bell? Sasuke picked himself up slowly with help from Sakura. I don't need help from a dead lass like you. You may not want my help, but don't take your anger out on me because someday I might have to kill you, Sasuke-kun. Naruto started to walk away but turned his head to look at Sasuke again. Don't say I didn't extend my services to help someone weaker than me. Naruto disappeared, hoping to find Kakashi so he can get the bells. Sasuke gritted his teeth. Not only did he not get a bell, but he felt the power radiating from the blonde. I think he got the meaning of the test, but he didn't have to be so cold to them. Kakashi saw the scene from his hiding spot. 2 out of the 3 have already failed. He was just waiting for the last of his students. He couldn't sense Naruto's chakra signal anywhere. As Kakashi was looking around in his tree, he was greeted with a fist to the face. Boo-sensei. Kakashi heard the greeting as he flew out of the tree, landing on the ground. Kakashi rubbed his face, trying to ease the pain away. Damn, he packs a punch. Kakashi looked up to see Naruto standing there grinning. Please show me a good time, Hatake-san. He saw Naruto standing there. He noticed that Naruto didn't have his sword. Where is your sword then? I said show me a good time, Hatake-san, not me killing you. Naruto replied in a calm tone. He wondered if his sensei is stronger than his nei-chan. Ninja rule number 27, don't be cocky. Kakashi disappeared from the ground and appeared on top of Naruto, performing a leg drop. Naruto didn't turn around as he raised his left hand and caught his heel. Kakashi was surprised to see his student catch his leg with little effort. I'm not cocky, sensei, I'm just stating the obvious. Naruto threw Kakashi across the field hard. Kakashi landed on the ground with little effort. Sasuke and Sakura was watching the scene play out from their spot. That dope landed a punch on him when I couldn't even hit him. Sasuke was carefully watching the match, angry at Naruto for hiding his power. I must have his power. Sakura had her eyes glued on the match. Kakashi-sensei isn't reading that book of his. Does it mean that he's taking this seriously, Sasuke-kun? She barely heard a mumble from Sasuke. Looks like it. The two looked on as they saw both Kakashi and Naruto stretched before charging at each other. Naruto dashed towards the copy ninja. Kakashi only saw slight blurs of the mysterious blonde. Naruto appeared in front of him and performed a leg sweep only to have Kakashi narrowly avoiding it by jumping up, but Kakashi was caught by surprise when he saw another Naruto jumped over the lower one with his leg aimed towards him. Kakashi put his arms up to guard by pure reflex. What the hell? I didn't see him perform any hand seals. He felt the kick forcing him back in midair. He did a backflip, landing in a crouching position. Ninja rule number 1 Taijutsu. Kakashi charged towards him, right hand aimed to back slap Naruto, but Naruto stepped back avoiding it. Kakashi followed through with a left punch. Naruto dodged the punch and moved slightly to the right, allowing the punch to miss him. He countered with a thrust to Kakashi's chest, sending the copy ninja back, feeling the damage done by Naruto. Damn, he's not bad. He managed to land a thrust to my chest. He's not bad at all. Kakashi didn't have time to think when Naruto sped towards him, throwing a series of punches and kicks. Naruto slammed his fist into Kakashi's palm, forcing him to buckle under the pressure. Naruto flipped over and slammed his leg against Kakashi's arm, which blocked it. The pressure from that kick caused the ground around them to crack. Ninja rule number 2 Kakashi-sensei, Ninjutsu. Kakashi's single eye looked in surprise when he saw Naruto over him with an expressionless face. He saw Naruto explode on top of him. Bunshin Daibakuha. Kakashi barely escaped that time. He had cuts all over his body, and he was losing blood fast. His body was aching and he needed to end this fast. As he proceeded to put his hand to his hitai, he heard Naruto shout something. Doton Doria Taiga. Kakashi felt himself slipping on the ground as he saw he was unable to keep himself up on the mud. As he tried to regain his footing, Naruto appeared in front of him. Kakashi didn't have time to block as Naruto hit him hard in the gut. That caused Kakashi to lose his footing and slip onto the mud. Kakashi was beyond pissed off. This was his test to see if his team could be considered a team, but here was a genin who had enough power to be a jounin, and he was having a rough time dealing with the boy. As Kakashi got back up, he tried to raise up his Hitai but stopped when he saw Naruto smirking before disappearing into the wind. He reappeared behind Kakashi, who managed to block due to slipping on the mud. A series of blows continued as each time Kakashi proceeded to hit the boy, he would disappear and reappear in another spot, like he was teleporting around him. How can anyone be this fast? He was slowing down, he felt his reactions slowing down as Naruto landed hits on him. Kakashi felt his body crying out for defeat, but he was too prideful to let a genin overpower him. He raised his hand to push the Hitai up. So that's the famous Sharingan. Too bad this is already over. Kakashi heard the faint whispers from Naruto as he jumped away from Kakashi. Kakashi saw faint outlines from Naruto as he jumped away. The copy ninja saw Naruto opening his mouth but found no sound coming out of it until he realized Naruto was mouthing the words to him. You may know me as the demon, but here today, I'll show you the truth. He was surprised to see that Naruto already knew about his inner demon, but to prove it to him? Just what was this kid trying to do? Naruto let out a small smile before holding his palm out. Blue chakra began spinning in all directions. It started coming back together, forming a sphere. Kakashi's eyes widened as he saw it. Sensei's technique. Maybe I shouldn't have said come at me with the intent of killing me. He was too shocked to move when he saw Naruto speeding towards him with the Rasengan aimed for his chest. He closed his eyes and waited for his death. Am I dead? I didn't feel anything. He opened his eyes to see Naruto just standing before him. Why did you stop, Naruto? Naruto only held out 2 bells before the alarm rang. I passed. I expected much more from the famous copy ninja. Naruto took one last look at him before walking back to the clock. Kakashi felt the breath that he was holding in gone. He's something else, sensei. Kakashi slowly felt the feeling from his legs coming back to him as he limped after Naruto towards the center. As for the spectators that witnessed the entire event, they were beyond shocked. Sakura was trembling in fear. She was rethinking her ways about treating the blonde genin now. She saw him go head-on with their sensei and won. Not many people could do that. Sasuke was sulking in his own world. How did that dope get that much power? Why does a person like him get that much power when I need it? Sasuke-kun, I think we should head back too. Sasuke looked dejected for a second before complying. Damn that Naruto, how dare he make Sasuke-kun suffer like this? Sakura was walking next to Sasuke quietly. Kakashi watched as his 2 students arrived behind him. Since you 2 didn't even get a bell and Naruto got a bell, you guys fail. Kakashi watched for reactions as he said his statement calmly. Sakura had her head down while Sasuke was gripping his fist. Do you have anything you want to say to them, Naruto? Naruto looked towards his fellow genins with a smile. They had hope in their eyes. You turned down my offer, you wanted to do this yourself. Well, you can fail by yourself. I have no need for useless comrades. Kakashi's single eye went wild as he heard the statement. It was true the boy passed his test, but he was going to have to explain it to the Hokage why only one of his students passed. Damn it, Naruto, you're not making this any easier. Kakashi felt like strangling this boy but restrained himself. Kakashi-sensei, I know you wanted me to say the real meaning of this test, but why should I when these brats don't deserve anything? Naruto answered coldly. Sakura flinched at his tone, tears forming at her eyes, her spirits sinking lower and lower while Sasuke was almost on the verge of killing the boy. In a real world, people like you would have been killed over and over. You think knowing the answers to everything would get you out of a hostage situation? You can't barter your life with a stupid history answer. Get real, Pinky. Naruto was not being subtle. He was mocking his teammates using their own strengths against them. The great Uchiha, too proud to accept help. You are nobody when you're dead. Itachi would have killed you without a second thought. Sasuke picked his head up when Naruto mentioned Itachi. He let out a low growl. How do you know Itachi? Naruto stared coldly at Sasuke. Don't think you're in any position to demand anything from me, Uchiha team. You are not worth my time, little one. Naruto spat out venomously. Kakashi watched the little verbal fight break out between his team. It would be good for them to let out their frustrations and maybe bond hopefully. He let out a quiet laugh. Is this my punishment for being late all the time? Kakashi felt like his Aika Paradise books were on fire as he watched for his genin team in agony. Damn you, dope! Sasuke threw a fast punch with all the strength he could muster towards Naruto. Sasuke. Sasuke-kun. Kakashi and Sakura were surprised by his actions. Naruto figured something like this was going to happen. He took one step back before throwing his own punch to meet the Uchiha's punch head-on. A loud crack could be heard as Sasuke was sent flying back from Naruto's punch. His right hand was currently nursing his left fist. The bones in his knuckles were now crushed from Naruto's fist. Sakura ran over to her precious Sasuke. Sasuke-kun, are you okay? Naruto, why did you go and do that? Sakura, forgetting her fears of Naruto, looked him straight in the eye. Why did you have to hurt him? Naruto glared right back at her. Why should I let him attack me? If you get in my way, Haruno, I'll kill you too. Naruto started walking away. Mama, Naruto, you didn't have to go that far. Why don't you tell them the real reason of this test before you go? Sasuke was too busy nursing his right hand before getting back up. Naruto! Sasuke pushed Sakura away as he charged in with his left. Naruto turned around and was prepared to counter when Kakashi appeared between the boys. He caught Sasuke by the wrist, forcing him to stop. Teamwork, you ignoramus. A genin cannot hope to best a jounin. This test was designed to have us work in a team to beat him, but I gave you two the chance to work with me, but you didn't, so you don't deserve my respect nor my help. Naruto looked Sasuke in the eye. Sasuke flinched at Naruto's cold blue eyes. Don't ever cross me, Uchiha, or I'll make Itachi look like a little toy compared to me. Naruto whispered it to Sasuke. Kakashi groaned. Naruto, don't add any more unnecessary insults to him. So what will you do with the extra bell? Who do you want to give it to? Naruto looked at Kakashi in a weird way. If you're still testing me, I could care less, but I'm keeping this bell. Nothing is keeping me away from becoming Hokage. I could care less if they fail. Naruto started walking away but stopped. For the sake of this exercise, I'll give them my bell so they can pass, but I'm warning you, Hataki-san, if the Uchiha makes a move on me again, I'll kill him. He then disappeared into the wind. Kakashi felt relieved. He thought Naruto would have been selfish, but he gave up his bell. This means that they passed the test. I wonder if Naruto went all out, would I have been standing here alive? Kakashi pondered on this thought. I'm disappointed in you too, letting your personal thoughts get in the way. Like Naruto said, you guys passed. Meet me on the bridge tomorrow at noon. Kakashi then disappeared in a puff of smoke. Must get to a hospital fast. Kakashi was feeling the extent of his wounds now, and was barely able to stay conscious. Sasuke fell to his knees. How does he know Itachi? I have to defeat Naruto if I am to defeat my brother. Hokage Tower. Sarutobi was talking to several of his Jounin ninjas about their day. He was eager to find out how the teams fared and if they were worthy of becoming a team. He looked around the room to find a particular person. I see everyone but Kakashi. Silence filled the room when the door opened and Kakashi walked in with bandages all over him. My hip rival, who could have done this to you? Guy screamed out. I thought I was your eternal rival. Kakashi sighed. Not now, Guy, I don't have time for this. Everyone looked amazed. Only a skilled person could injure the copy ninja to this extent. Sarutobi let out a small quiet chuckle, but everyone heard it. He only smiled towards Kakashi. Didn't I tell you not to underestimate him? Kakashi only gritted his teeth to bear the pain. Hi, he was stronger than expected. I had to use it against him. Murmurs started going around the room. They were looking at Kakashi and then whispering. Kakashi felt his reputation going down the drain. The Hokage let out a small cough. Now that we have all seen Kakashi, let's start, shall we? The people in the room let out a small chorus of hiss before quieting down. Asuma stepped forward to begin. Team 10 consisting of Nara Shikamaru, Akimichi Choji, and Yamanaka Ino pass. They were the second generation of the group combination that consisted of their fathers. They were supposed to have the best teamwork throughout the entire village. Nara Shikamaru is unmotivated, but I suspect he's a true genius. Akimichi Choji is a powerhouse. With his clan's techniques, he will be a great frontline commander one day. Yamanaka Ino has talent, but she's still rough on the edges. She's kind of obsessed with the Uchiha boy. Asuma scratched his head. He took a step back and lit up another cigarette. Kurenai stepped forward to introduce her team. Teammate consisting of Hyuga Hinata, Inuzuka Kiba, and Aburame Shino pass as well. Hinata lacks confidence, but she has some skill and technique, probably because of her family's Juken style. Kiba is an excellent tracker and rough on the edges. He has a great combination with his dog. Shino is the quiet type. It looks like he may be like Shikamaru, who thinks his way into victory. His relationship with his clan techniques makes him a valuable member for this team. Kurenai watched for a response from the Hokage. It was her first time being a Jounin instructor, and she didn't want to mess it up. The Hokage gave out a small smile to ease her troubles. Good job, Kurenai-san. Genma stepped forward after Kurenai. My team failed, they didn't care much for being a ninja. I think it's better this way. He then stepped aside for Kakashi. Everyone turned their eyes for Kakashi. They wanted to hear the full story. Kakashi felt everyone staring at him. He sighed and stepped forward. Team 7 consisting of Hirono Sakura, Uchiha Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto passed as well. Everyone gave Kakashi a surprised look. Anko was stuttering. They passed? Everyone knew Kakashi had a strict rule for his team. Yeah, I gave them the bell test and they passed, or rather Naruto passed. Everyone still wore the shocked look on their face. Genma started laughing. Naruto gave you a hard time, didn't he? Kakashi glared at Genma before continuing. Whoever wrote the reports on those three should have their heads examined. Sakura fell for the Magen, Narukami. She didn't realize it was a genjutsu even after the test. Sasuke showed some potential but his pride and anger got the better of him. Kakashi paused for a second. Everyone was on the edge of their seats waiting for Uzumaki's part. Naruto gave me the most trouble. I couldn't read my book and I had to pull up my hattai to use my Sharingan. The incredible power of use. The fire burns greatly in Naruto-san. Guy was hitting his fist into the air. Sarutobi only smiled. I take it Naruto displayed qualities that exceed the normal genin, right? Kakashi looked at the Hokage. He used the Rasengan on me now. Even the Hokage was shocked. Naruto's abilities is off the charts. He easily exceeds Chunin, and could make Jounin if he wanted to. I haven't seen this much potential since Itachi. Naruto Uzumaki, what a strange mystery. Everyone in the room came to the same conclusion. I doubt I would be here alive if Naruto went all out. I underestimated him this time, but I won't underestimate him again. Naruto's a bit too cold towards his teammates though. Kakashi was rubbing his arm while thinking back to their fight. Sarutobi shook his head. I expected as much. He barely has any contact with people his age. I'm sure you know the story, Kakashi. Kakashi nodded his head. Now that we heard all the teams, the ones that passed will begin their missions starting tomorrow. You're all dismissed. Kakashi, please get Naruto for me. Sarutobi wanted to talk about Naruto with his instructor, to let him know what will happen in the future. As the rest of the instructors walked out, Kakashi went to get the young Uzumaki. Kakashi looked all over the village for his student. He checked his apartment but found it empty. He checked the food places to find him, but he was nowhere to be seen. He went back to the training grounds to see if he could be there. Naruto was at the training grounds sparring with his clones. Naruto noticed an extra chakra signal approaching him. Hey Kakashi-sensei, what can I do for you? Naruto didn't even turn around to acknowledge Kakashi's presence. He was too busy slashing at his clones. Kakashi stood at the field staring at the massive amount of clones. The Hokage requests your presence, Naruto. Naruto continued sparring with his clones. The old man can wait a bit, I'm going to finish this first. He dispelled 2 clones with a swipe of his sword. Kakashi shrugged as he took out his book and started to read. He found it hard to read when there was a blonde mystery standing in front of him. Naruto, what do you think of being in Team 7? Naruto slashed 3 clones before turning around. Those weaklings? They would be dead before they step outside the village. That hit Kakashi hard. He saw a younger version of himself in Naruto. You know, Naruto, you should stop being so cold towards them. They are your teammates and friends. Naruto let out a small laugh. Friends care about each other, Kakashi-sensei. Those two are only looking out for themselves. If they don't care for me, why should I waste my time on garbage like them? They have done nothing to gain my respect and yet they still mock me. Kakashi was about to open his mouth when Naruto shouted. Shiraniryu, Kurayami Tsukakura. Kakashi was in shock when Naruto took out 20 clones with one strike. Naruto put his sword away before turning around to Kakashi. I am who I am, Kakashi-sensei. I will protect those few people precious to me no matter what. Those that harm my precious people will be dealt with by me. I am the future Hokage. I am Naruto Uzumaki. Kakashi showed a small smile from his student's introduction. I believe you can do it, Naruto. He was about to say some more when he saw the Naruto he was talking to disappeared. Kagebushin? Damn, he got me. He had let a clone fool him. He started laughing as he made his way back to his house for a long-deserved rest. Hokage Tower. I'm here, Sarutobi Oiji. What did you want me for? The Hokage turned around in surprise. How did he sneak up behind me? He saw Naruto leaning by the window still, enjoying the calm breeze. Why don't you use the door like everyone else, Naruto? Naruto gave a small smirk. I'm not like everyone else, you out of everyone should have known that. Sarutobi shook his head. It has been a long day already. So how was your exam today? Naruto gave him a small grin. I told you I will one day take that title away from you, old man. The Hokage smiled. He was already glad Naruto passed, but he was curious to know how he saw his teammates. How do you like your teammates, Naruto? Naruto turned his head to look out the window. I'll be honest with you, Oijizan. If I saw them in the battlefield, I would have killed them without a second thought. Sarutobi felt the coldness in his voice. I really hate people who look down on others. They don't really know the pain they're causing for others. Sarutobi was feeling the pain and anger that Naruto was feeling. Maybe if you let yourself be friends with them, they'll change their ways. Naruto let out a small laugh. With friends like them, I wouldn't need enemies. Why should I need friends? Hi, my name is Naruto. I'm the vessel for the Great Fuzzball. Seriously, Oijizan, do you think they want to be friends with me? Naruto felt tired. He really didn't want to talk about this anymore. Sarutobi wanted nothing more than to punish those villagers for hurting the boy he saw as a grandson. Naruto, I know it's hard for you. I'm not asking you to forgive them, try to understand them at least. Naruto stood up and sighed. I have given up trying to change people's ways. When I become Hokage, they will acknowledge me, one way or another. Naruto stood up before nodding a goodbye to the Hokage. Sarutobi gave him a heartwarming smile as he watched the boy grow into a fine young man. Be safe, Naruto. Naruto gave the Hokage one last smile before leaving. I will get some sleep, old man. Naruto vanished out the window without a trace. Next morning at 8. The trio minus Naruto was at the bridge waiting for their sensei. Sakura was looking better than yesterday. She was happy to have passed the exam with her Sasuke-kun. Sasuke-kun, do you want to go out on a date with me after this? She gave Sasuke her best puppy eyes. He stared at her. No, how did he get that much power? I must have it. Sasuke was too busy thinking about the strength that Naruto displayed. Yo, Kakashi appeared besides the two. Naruto's not here yet, Kakashi-sensei. Are we going to leave him behind? Sakura asked her sensei sweetly. Yes, we can leave that idiot behind. It could be only me and Sasuke-kun today. Ma, Naruto, you have to stop hiding, just come out and be with your teammates. Sakura and Sasuke turned around to see Naruto appear on top of the pole. Pinky's hair color is eyesore. Sakura threw her hands up in the air, threatening to hurt Naruto. Kakashi only shook his head. This is going to be a long month. Your mission today is to weed S garden. Naruto let out a small groan. Kakashi smiled at his student's misery. Now get to it. For the following month, Team 7 did nothing but D-rank missions. Naruto was beyond pissed off. He was going to kill his sensei if they had just one more D mission. Sakura didn't mind the missions since she was near her precious Sasuke-kun. Sasuke had the same thoughts along with Naruto. His pride as a Uchiha was diminishing as he continued with these useless chores. Few days later. Raven in position. Target sighted 10 meters ahead. Cherry Blossom approaching target, 6 meters and closing in. This is stupid. Target captured. Reporting back. Naruto, try and work as a team, will you? Kakashi sat in a tree reading his green book. Once it was okay, twice it became annoying, 3 times and I refused to do this ridiculous exercise again. Naruto approached his sensei holding the cat by its neck. He glared coldly at the cat. Naruto didn't even bother turning around to know who was yelling at him. Naruto! You were supposed to work with us. Sakura spoke up from behind him. Sasuke was in his usual brooding mood. There was a limit on how much a person can take to her whining. Naruto's point was almost reached. Shut your wide mouth for once, Pinky. He turned his attention to the cat again. I can snap your neck right here, cat. The cat shuddered at Naruto's cold gaze. Naruto, stop harassing the cat. He turned around and gave an evil grin to Sakura. Then you want me to do it to you? She backed away, far away from Naruto. Sasuke walked up to Naruto. I'll distract her next time so you can kill that cat. Sasuke gave the cat a sinister grin. Naruto let out a small chuckle. You're not bad, Uchiha. He walked up to Kakashi. I want a better mission now. Naruto, all genin are supposed to complete a certain amount of D missions. Kakashi didn't even look up from his book. Naruto let out a little killing intent. The cat froze up there and Kakashi looked up. I'm not asking for you to let us, I'm demanding it, one way or another. Naruto said calmly. Kakashi sighed. Okay, let's go see the Hokage. Team 7 dropped off the cat at the daimyo's wife. Naruto and Sasuke had a big grin on their face when the cat received a bone-crushing hug from her. Serves you right, you stupid cat. Both boys thought as they watched the cat squirm, trying to run away. Naruto turned his attention to the Hokage tower. Old man, you better make it worth my time here. It was late into the afternoon, which happened to be the busiest time for the market section of Konohagakure. Villagers and ninjas alike had places to go, places to be, and people to meet. Faces were usually the same since everyone knew each other in the village. Daily gossip was always a favorite pastime for people. The villagers had their sights on a particular group of 4 as they casually walked past the market area. Team 7 strolled leisurely through the marketplace as they enjoyed the scenery. Sakura was walking next to Sasuke, scaring away potential girls that she thought would have a chance with her Sasuke-kun. She was hoping that he would ask her out on a date one day. She was determined to be there when he did. Naruto was walking behind the two, at a slower pace. The villagers were throwing unwelcome looks towards him. Naruto looked on stoically as he endured the glares. He avoided unnecessary eye contact with any villagers and continued walking. Kakashi had his usual book out. Most people assume that when the copy ninja has his book out, he is oblivious towards his surroundings, leaving himself wide open. He chuckled at the misconception when several jounins confronted him about his ways. He merely told them that the book was only a distraction. Whether they brought it or not, he didn't care. He had 3 things that he considered precious to him: Ika Paradise, friends, and food. As the #1 fan of Ika Paradise, he would protect the book with his life. As they continued walking, he kept his open eye on his students as they walked through the village. The glares that Naruto received were not unnoticed by Kakashi. It must be tough for Naruto to endure this. He watched the blonde boy with growing interest. He didn't know much of the boy except that he was exceptionally strong. He wanted to have another spar with the boy soon. Naruto was casually looking around. He was feeling uneasy, as if someone besides the villagers was monitoring him. He tried to locate the source from the corners of his eyes, but it was difficult. The glares from the villagers weren't exactly helping his situation. Naruto slowed his pace down to match Kakashi's before speaking in a soft voice. "Kakashi-sensei, I have to get something from my apartment first. I'll meet you at the tower in 10 minutes. Kakashi nodded his head to let the boy go. As Naruto walked away from the group, he bumped into someone. The girl that Naruto bumped into looked to be about his age. Naruto looked at the girl, with bluish color hair, and mysterious white eyes, and covered in a white hooded sweatshirt. "Gomen, I wasn't looking at where I was going." He offered his hand to help her up from the ground. The girl looked at him shyly, trying to keep the blush down from her cheeks. She mumbled something that Naruto couldn't decipher. He grabbed her hands and pulled her up. "My name is Uzumaki Naruto. What's yours?" Naruto could have swore he seen her mouth, but there was no sound coming out. "Excuse me?" She looked down at her feet before speaking up. "And my name is Hyuga Hinata." Naruto found that name very familiar, but he couldn't remember it. "So what are you doing here, Hyuga-san?" Hinata was poking her index fingers together, trying to answer him when they heard a voice from behind them. "Ichiwai, what do you think you're doing with Hinata?" Naruto turned his head to see a boy with red cheek marks flying towards him. Naruto merely glanced at the incoming human projectile as the boy missed his intended target. Naruto grabbed the boy from behind and threw him against the wall, firmly holding the unknown boy's arm against his back. "Kiba-kun, Ano and Naruto-san here wasn't doing anything to me, he was just talking to me." Hinata was shocked to see her teammate trying to tackle Naruto. "Ow, damn, let go, damn it." Kiba was struggling against Naruto's grip, trying to break the arm lock, but he couldn't budge against the blonde boy. Rough Akamaru was barking at Naruto. He ignored the warnings from the dog and firmly held the boy. "What did you think you were doing by attacking me? It's against the law to attack a fellow Konoha ninja," Naruto said coldly. A soft voice spoke up. "I would appreciate it if you didn't break my student's arm, Uzumaki Naruto." Naruto turned around to see Kurenai Yehi coming out from a shop. "Kurenai-sensei." Kiba and Hinata were glad that their sensei came out when she did. Naruto finally remembered where he heard these names before. It was during the Genin team selection that he met the girl. Every time he would turn his head, he would catch the girl staring at him and blushing when he looked at her. Your student here jumped into a situation that he didn't fully understand. It would be wise for future references that he should learn some restraints before rushing head-on. Naruto answered back in a monotone voice. Kiba struggled some more. "You just caught me off guard, dope. Even weaklings get lucky." Kurenai raised her eyebrow at Kiba's remark. She was considering the boy's advice. Maybe Kiba does need some training. Naruto frowned and applied more pressure on Kiba's arm. "It would be wise that you also learn some manners." Naruto looked Kiba in the eye. Kiba saw the harsh coldness from his eyes. It wasn't the eyes of a 12-year-old child, it was something more. Kiba broke the glance from Naruto and continued to struggle. "If you want to fight me in Izuka, prepare to fight me with your life," Naruto answered in a cold voice. Everyone felt the coldness of Naruto's voice. Enough. Let him go now, Uzumaki-san. Naruto shot Kurenai a cold glare before throwing Kiba to the floor. He nodded his head towards Kurenai. Good day to you, Yuhi-san. Naruto walked past Kiba, who was currently having Hinata tending to his arm. Naruto found Hinata looking at him as he was walking by. He looked at her. It's not polite to use your abilities to spy on someone like that, Hyuga-san. Hinata looked in surprise when Naruto unveiled her intentions. Gomen, Naruto-san. Hinata bowed her head in apology. Naruto waved it off. Don't worry about it. Kiba looked pissed. Hey, where's my apology? Don't you dare walk away from me. Naruto turned his head to see Kiba trying to get up. Be a good dog and let Hyuga-san tend to your arm. Kiba found himself blushing and stuttering against the blonde. Damn it! This isn't over. Hinata's face was turning even redder as she saw that she had her hands on Kiba's right arm. Naruto walked past Team 8, only to find Shino leaning against the wall. Thank you, Shino. The silent boy nodded his head before walking back to his team. It was by coincidence that Shino's bugs alerted Naruto ahead of time about Kiba's incoming attack. Shino's not a bad person. I'll remember this favor. Seeing as his problems were now taken care of, he dashed off towards the Hokage Tower. Kurenai turned around to talk to the boy again but was surprised when she saw the mysterious boy nowhere in sight. Hokage Tower. The Hokage Tower wasn't exactly the most admirable place. The room was a single dull color, and it had only one window. Team 7 was standing outside the Hokage's door, waiting for their last teammate. Kakashi-sensei, why do we even have to wait for Naruto? Sakura whined again. Sasuke had already lost count on how many times Sakura was whining to Kakashi. Did you say something, Sakura? Kakashi answered without looking up from his book. Kakashi-sensei, put that book away. Kakashi continued to ignore his student as she continued to whine on. Naruto made it to the Hokage Tower with time to spare. He walked up the stairs and around the corner to find his team standing there, looking bored. Yo! Naruto waved his hand, walked towards them. He looked at the secretary before waving. How do you do, Rina-san? Rina looked up from her work and smiled politely towards the young boy. I'm fine, Naruto-kun, here to see the Hokage again? Naruto raised his hand nonchalantly. Of course. The old man needs a bit of me in his life or else it would be boring. Rina giggled towards the young boy's action. Everyone in the village showed respect towards the Hokage, and here was a boy who has no respect for authority. He was like an untamed beast, a rather cute one. She knew of his secret but cared less of it. People are going to be like that when you become Hokage as well, Naruto-kun. Naruto merely grinned. I wouldn't expect much of it. Well, I'll take my leave now, Rina-san, can't let the old man enjoy his day. Naruto gave the secretary one last wave before walking into the Hokage's chamber. He turned around to see if the rest of his team was going to follow him or not. Are you going to come or not? Sakura frowned. The secretary said we have to wait to see the Hokage, Naruto. You can't just barge in like that. Sakura pointed it out to her no respect for authority teammate. I can and will. Just watch me. Naruto opened the doors to the room and looked for the person he wanted to see. Yo, Oijizan. I have a bone to pick with you. Naruto shouted into the room. Sakura smacked him from behind. Baka, I can't believe you just did that, and don't call the Hokage that. Sasuke smirked. How stupid can you even be, dope? Naruto ignored the Uchiha's comment and let out a little growl at Sakura. Do you have a death wish, you eyesore? He was rubbing his head, clearly oblivious that there were other people in the room. Naruto, what can I do for you today? Naruto turned around to see other people in the room with the Hokage. Old man, I demand something else besides these D-rank missions. Sakura smacked Naruto again. I apologize on his behalf, Hokage-sama. Sakura quickly bowed her head, not wanting to offend the Hokage. Still no respect, Gaki? Naruto recognized that voice. It belonged to someone that he could never forget. He narrowed his eyes towards the old man sitting in front of the Hokage. Ero-sennin, did you get caught peeping again? Jiraiya jumped up and smacked Naruto on the head. I thought I told you not to call me that, Gaki. He glared Naruto in the eye and the two were soon locked in a staring contest. Everyone in the room excluding Sarutobi was surprised by their actions. Sakura glared angrily at Naruto. Damn it, Naruto, if we get demoted, I'm going to kill you. Sasuke shot an angry look towards Naruto. Damn that dope, he just doomed us to a year of D-rank missions. At this rate, I'll never catch up to him. Kakashi paid no attention to the scene as he gave out a little giggle to show his interest in the book. Iruka sighed at the boy's lack of respect. Naruto, show some respect to a legendary Sannin. Team 7 turned their heads in surprise. Sakura and Sasuke looked in disbelief. Sasuke gritted his teeth. He was the last Uchiha. Why isn't he getting some sort of special training? Naruto, why is he always the one getting more training than me? I need the power to accomplish my goal. He glared at Naruto while Sakura stood there shocked. Iruka walked up and smacked Naruto across the head. Naruto let out a small growl. What is this? Smack Naruto on the head day? I swear you all have a death wish. Naruto massaged the back of his head while he grumbled on for a few minutes before turning to the Hokage. Old man, I demand a better mission. Iruka looked surprised at the tone the genin was speaking with towards the Hokage. Naruto, watch your mouth. Every genin has to complete a certain number of D missions. Iruka explained the importance about missions and what they do for the village. Sakura was paying close attention while everyone else was off in his or her own world. What are you doing back here, Ero Sennin? Naruto poked his sensei on the arm. Jiraiya swatted Naruto's arm away. Stop that, Gaki. I'll tell you if you just give me a minute. Naruto grinned at Jiraiya. It better be good or else I'll end your peeping adventures for good. Jiraiya reached inside his vest and took out 2 letters. Here, brat, tell them I'm not your personal slave. He handed the letters towards Naruto, who gratefully accepted them. Then I guess Araki-nichan will know what you did in her house the last time you were there. Jiraiya stepped back and paled. How did he know? I'm a dead man if she finds out. Let's not go that far, Naruto. Jiraiya put up an innocent smile on his face. Naruto looked at his letters. One from Araki-nichan and one from Hikaru-chan? Naruto had a shocked look on his face before hastily opening his letter. He quickly read the letter and reread it again for a second time. Jiraiya slowly inched over behind Naruto and peeked at the letter. Naruto had a smile on his face by the time he read it. Jiraiya noticed Naruto's smile, and he thought this would be a great opportunity to get his Baka student back. So Arogaki, did she send you any good pictures? Naruto's face quickly turned cherry red, putting cherries to shame. He quickly put the letter away before turning to Jiraiya. Shizuka-san said that you better be keeping your promise. I wonder how I should answer that. Jiraiya started laughing insecurely as he backed away slowly. Why must the fates be so cruel towards me? Naruto didn't notice to his sensei's retreating form. I'll give you the letters so you can return it to them. Is that okay, Ero Sennin? Jiraiya nodded his head, glad that Naruto didn't push the subject matter any further. Yeah, give it to me soon. You know where to find me. Jiraiya excused himself and left the room. Naruto looked at the Hokage, who was sitting there peacefully. So, how about it, Oijizan? Make it worth my time. Sarutobi thought about this for a minute before deciding. He thought about Naruto's abilities. This would be a good time to give him a simple test. Okay, I'll give you a better mission. Iruka, hand Naruto a C rank mission. Iruka was shocked. But Hokage-sama. Sarutobi shot Iruka a look that caused him to back down. He handed Naruto a sheet of paper. Naruto read the paper out loud. Escort mission C rank to Nami no Kuni. Better than babysitting that damn cat. I'll take it. The Hokage nodded his head. Tazuna, come out, your escorts are here. Team 7 looked towards the door, awaiting their client. A man who looked like he was in his late 40s walked out. These are the brats that are going to protect me. The shrimp over there would probably wet his pants when he steps outside the gates. Everyone in the room became froze. All eyes were on Naruto. He had a small, eerie grin on his face. He gave the bridge builder a small smile before turning around. Everyone in the room slowly dropped their guard. The bridge builder was still alive, and Naruto made no attempt to kill him. Several thuds were heard a second later. Everyone except Naruto turned around to see what happened. Tazuna was against the wall. To be more exact, he was pinned against the wall with several kunais, some on his arms and legs and one just barely below his family jewels. The males in the room cringed at the sight, each imaging the fear that Tazuna was probably feeling. Sakura smacked Naruto across the head for his actions. Naruto no baka. Don't throw your weapons at our client. Naruto replied with a cold tone. My weapons? I think those are yours, Haruno. Sakura looked skeptical until she checked her weapon pouch. She found her kunais missing. Naruto's eyes turned red for a split second before returning to normal. When you play with fire, you will get burned. Everyone felt the temperature of the room drop. No one made a movement. None of them saw the quick actions that Naruto displayed while stealing her weapons. Tazuna took a deep breath, thinking twice now about messing with the boy. Tazuna, rest assured, I'm a jounin, so if anything happens, I can handle it. I hope. Kakashi muttered the last part under his breath as he walked out the door casually, as if nothing happened. Naruto followed suit. The other three was wondering how the blonde pulled off that stunt. 20 minutes later, front gate. I swear those two are always late. Sakura walked around releasing her frustrations. Tazuna was too busy drinking sake to pay attention to the girl. He was still recovering from his earlier experience. Naruto, there was something odd yet familiar about that boy. He couldn't help but ponder on where he saw that face before. Sakura, she turned her head towards the person calling her name. She gave Sasuke her cutest smile. Yes, Sasuke-kun? Yes, maybe he's asking us out on a date. Sasuke looked at her, backing away slowly. Can you please shut up? Sakura nodded her head furiously. In her world, she heard, can you wait a while longer for me? Yes, it is a weird world in Sakura's mind. Naruto arrived 1 minute before Kakashi did. He had a stoic face on as he walked past his team and leaned against a tree, looking towards Tazuna. Kakashi arrived in his usual puff of smoke, greeting his lovely team. Sorry, there was a man who needed help with his telescope. I offered to fix it up for him. Liar! Sakura screamed out. Naruto let out a little laugh. Kakashi only smiled. Anyway, let's get going. Oddly enough, that was the truth. He figured no one would believe the truth anyway. Flashback. Jiraiya-sama. Jiraiya was at the local hot springs doing his favorite pastime, peeping. He sighed. It was always interruptions, never any peace and quiet. He turned around to see that it was only Konoha's copy ninja. Ah, it's you, Hataki-san. I thought you were the Gaki again. What can I do for you? Jiraiya gave the copy ninja with a look that said, hurry the hell up, the ladies wait for no one. Was Naruto just here? Kakashi looked around for Naruto, seeing if he left a trail or something. You just missed him, Kakashi. He was just here dropping off his letters for Araki and Hikaru. Jiraiya turned back around and looked into the peephole. Drool dripped out from the side of his mouth as he started giggling and writing down information on his notepad. Kakashi let out a little cough. Jiraiya-sama, I wanted to know how good Naruto is, seeing as how this is his first C-rank mission. Jiraiya let out a little laugh. Don't worry about anything, Kakashi. Naruto's more capable than most jounins out there. Why, I dare say he is on par with you or even better. I don't know, we never went all out in a spar. Kakashi had his jaw drop, even though it was not visible under his mask. He could tell that Jiraiya knew his reaction. How is that possible? He's only a genin. Jiraiya stopped looking into the peephole and had a serious look on his face. The experiences that life throws at humans teach us so many things. You of all people should know that. Naruto is a gifted child, but not in the way of a genius or prodigy. He never had anything handed to him. He always worked towards his goals. He is someone that will surpass any genius. I'll be damned if that boy isn't Hokage someday. Watch over him, Kakashi, he'll make us all proud one day. Kakashi was speechless. He didn't know what to say. Oh, by the way, when you see him, tell him to take it off. Kakashi looked at him with a confused look. Take it off? Take what off? Jiraiya turned around with a smirk on his face. That's for us to know and you to find out. Now if you'll excuse me, my book needs to come out. Kakashi immediately bowed his head. If it was for the greater good of Ika Paradise, he would gladly leave him alone. Thank you, Jiraiya-sama. I will tell him, and best of luck with the book. Kakashi disappeared, leaving Jiraiya to his work. Flashback end. Kakashi was, more than ever, itching for a rematch with the boy. As the group was moving out, Team 7 took one last look at Konoha before leaving. Naruto saw the uneasiness from his other team members. Homesick already, guys? We're barely 3 minutes away. Sasuke gave Naruto a glare. Sakura frowned. It's your first time out here as well. Don't act so high and mighty. Naruto only smiled towards her. If only you knew Haruno. Kakashi remembered that he had something to pass on to Naruto. I got a message from your sensei, he said to take them off. Kakashi gave Naruto a confused look. Do you know what he meant by that? Naruto didn't answer. He had a little smirk on his face. No, not really. Kakashi didn't believe the boy. A liar knows when another liar is lying. Kakashi didn't want to press matters any further and continued walking. The group continued walking into the forest. The forest was a magnificent sight for Sakura and Sasuke, seeing as how they never left the village. The forest was dense, yet sunlight still managed to find its way in. Sasuke was walking in front of Tazuna while Naruto and Sakura walked besides the man, and Kakashi brought up the rear. Naruto spotted a puddle as the group proceeded further along the road. It hasn't rained in days. I wonder. Naruto focused on his nose to increase his sense of smell. He sensed that something was down there. Genjutsu probably. Naruto shot Kakashi a quick warning about the puddle. Kakashi took one look at the puddle and signaled for him to continue on. Naruto nodded and ignored the puddle as they walked past it. The puddle began to disappear as the group passed it. Two ninjas, clothed in dark colors, rushed towards the unexpected copy ninja. They rushed past him and warped their metal chain around the ninja. 1. Down. They pulled on the chain and ripped Kakashi into pieces. Sakura screamed as she saw her sensei killed by two mysterious ninjas. His lifeless body was in pieces, lying on the ground. Tazuna backed away in fear. He was looking for his bodyguards but only saw the girl screaming. He was crying to himself. Oh, why did I get stuck with her? He saw his light flashing as the ninjas ran towards him. Sasuke immediately threw a kunai as the ninjas rushed forward. The kunai impaled itself along with the chain against the tree, forcing the ninjas to stop moving. Sasuke dashed forward and clotheslined the two ninjas. The impact forced the chains to break from their gauntlets. They got back up slowly, with killing intent leaking out. Sasuke jumped back in front of Tazuna. I'll protect you with my life, old man. He slipped into the Uchiha stance and got ready. As the battle proceeded, no one noticed where the blonde disappeared. Sakura jumped back into the battle when she saw that Sasuke was the only one fighting. She stood next to Sasuke with her kunai held tightly in her hands. The mysterious ninjas rushed forward, claws aimed to kill. As they got closer, a pair of strong arms stopped them. Sakura's eyes lit up with happiness when she saw who it was. Kakashi-sensei. Sakura sighed with relief as her sensei stood in front of her once again and not dead. Sasuke looked at his once mutilated body to see it change into a pair of logs. Kawamari? I should have known. Kakashi had the two ninjas in a headlock and knocked them out by pressure point. Great job, Sasuke. You too, Sakura. Sasuke looked away, not wanting to show anyone that he was pleased with himself. If anyone saw him smiling right now, his reputation would go down the drain. The extra training he has been doing was finally paying off. Flashback. Sounds of metal hitting wood could be heard from the Uchiha district. Sasuke was training himself again, proving to his brother that he was not weak. ARGH. Sasuke flipped over and launched 3 more kunais towards the tree. All of the 3 hit the target dead center. He ran towards the tree, throwing a punch following it up with a kick. He should get some rest. He trained for God knows how many hours today. He knew it was time to quit. His body knew it, and probably everyone that was sleeping knew it. He couldn't get over his humiliation from Naruto. His brother and Naruto. Sasuke gripped his fist harder and slammed it into the tree, causing leaves to shake off. Before Naruto, there was no one standing in his way to kill his brother, but ever since Naruto appeared, he found it harder. The mysterious blonde has hiding something big. He dropped to the ground on his back. There was no one left for him. His family was dead. There was no one to go home to. He wondered if Naruto was the same. He saw the dirty looks the boy received daily, and yet he hasn't done anything to stop it. It pissed him off to no end on how Naruto and his brother were similar, the power, the eyes, and even their attitudes. Sasuke felt his chakra spike up for a second before calming down. Sasuke closed his eyes thinking, it was a long week, maybe it's time to go to bed. Sasuke eventually dragged himself to bed. He would need his energy tomorrow. Flashback end. Kakashi took out some rope and tied them up against a tree. Naruto appeared next to Kakashi as he was tying them down. Sasuke walked up to Naruto with a big smirk on his face. Got scared, dope? Naruto glanced at him, petrified. Naruto didn't give Sasuke a second look as he went up to Tazuna and glared. We need to talk. Tazuna gulped as he saw the cold look the boy had. Naruto, you have no right to do anything with the client. You weren't even here for the fight, Sakura pointed out. She was tired of his antics. No, Sakura, Naruto's right. We need to have a talk, Tazuna-san. She looked at Kakashi, then back to Naruto, and then sighed. Alright, fine, have your little talk. She threw her hands up in the air and sat down on the floor. Naruto walked around Tazuna, like a vulture stalking its prey. Why are the demon brothers here, Tazuna-san? They don't usually take assassination jobs on unknown people. The price must be high if they wanted your head. Tazuna started to speak but was interrupted by Naruto. It better not be some emotional story or I'll finish the job myself. Tazuna backed away from the boy in fear, looking towards the Jounin for help. Kakashi paid him no attention as he started looking away. He was pleased with the way Naruto worked. Ibiki could take lessons from this boy. Alright, just keep the boy away from me. Tazuna held his hands high up in the air. He sat down on the floor and took a drink of sake. As you know, I'm a bridge builder from Nami no Kuni. Nami no Kuni is a small nation that's poor. We lack the resources to bring ourselves back up, so I took on the project of building this bridge that will make trading easier. He took another drink from his bottle. But there is a man. Gata, right? Tazuna looked surprised. You heard of him? Naruto shrugged. He's supposedly a